We're live, Robbie, by the way.
Oh shoot!
We're live.
I mean, I have
No, it's all right. We were
every,
live after.
every night. Me, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Okay. Ooh, I got a notification, an us notification.
Same.
That is awesome. All right, but for those who follow us and watch and everything, make sure you have your notifications.
Me?
No, everybody, because I just got mine on my phone. It says Endless Ranters are on live.
Nice.
That's pretty cool. Yeah.
Yeah, I gotta subscribe to that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wouldn't want to miss it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh boy. Well, you're gonna have to show me how to do that at some point.
Will do. Will do.
Oh, I see it.
Awesome.
Alert posts.
What up, Monk?
What? Monk? What?
Monkey's uncle.
Oh.
Oh, hey, Monk.
Fun. Fun. Robbie, I didn't get to listen to your voice memo today. Do you want to, while we're waiting for Christopher, give me a Christian impersonation of
Christian
asking you and your brother a question?
Okay, because my brother's nickname is Tito. So he's like, is Tito gonna be there?
No,
Roberto?
I want you to say what's your brother's name? Your brother's real name, though?
Norberto.
Oh.
Norberto. But we call him Tito as a nickname.
I feel like that name is a bit of a stretch.
There's only two letters, one letter that's different in your name.
Yeah. Well, we used to call him Norbertito, and we just cut the first half. Yeah. So Christian will go, is Tito gonna be there? Roberto, is Tito gonna be there? Yeah, he's gonna be there. Don't worry. He likes to have
a kid.
Yeah.
You love that.
Yeah.
Cutie, is he ready to be a big brother?
Yeah, I think. Oh, yeah. He got super excited because he felt the baby kicking. He put his hand on her stomach.
So sweet.
And, I don't think he had felt that before.
Are we live, guys? Okay,
yep.
I don't see it.
Yes, ma'am. What up, Mindy? What up, Monkey Zunko? Everybody else? We're waiting for Chris, and I'm looking down during this time because I'm usually doing the social media, stuff and the stories and whatnot. Follow us on Instagram as well for stories and memes.
And remember, people, if there's any funny moments that stick out to you, write down the time.
Nice.
But I'll also be doing that too. So
that's
so I
right.
can compile clips and whatnot to put up on reels and all that shit.
That's right. Yeah, for sure. Yep.
Oh yeah, and we're also giving Chris a new name. We're retiring D-Ron and we're now calling him Runs with Bees.
Runs with Bees.
It's his Indian name.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I gave it to him, so it has to stick because I'm Indian, so just the way it is. He's grandfathered in.
Hey, Quantum, remember that tablet I showed you earlier? It's kicking in.
Oh boy. Okay, yeah. Here we go. Man, he's on 50 milligrams, y'all.
Of what? Is that a lot?
The stuff.
Of what?
Of
Tylenol?
Yeah. Tylenol.
Yeah. Baby Benadryl.
Then
saw a package.
Yeah, you did.
Melatonin.
Yep.
You need help regulating your sleep.
It's weird. I've had like some crap nights worth of sleep, maybe one good night, like where I didn't wake up hacking up, coughing and all that shit, or having to piss.
Oh, because you're sick,
I wake
or
up
just
to pee
in
a lot.
life in general?
Yeah, sometimes just in general.
Okay. I'm sorry, that's horrible.
Yeah, could be worse. Could be worse.
I am grumpy if I don't get my sleep.
What are you
boy.
complaining about? Oh, that you just get bad night sleeps every now and then.
Well, this week particularly because I'm trying to kick this cold, and it's just like they say, the better you sleep, the faster you recoup or whatever, the more it aids in your recuperation. But I'm over here just like struggling to sleep through an entire night.
Yeah.
He's sick.
I hate when I get sick. I get the night sweats or something, or like your fever breaks in the middle of the night. You wake up soaking wet.
I hate that.
Or you just pee the bed, whatever.
Yeah.
I mean, if you want to be daring like that.
I hate when I wake up like 15 minutes before my alarm, and I've got to pee. Like, I got to go to the bathroom real bad. Like,
Worst.
I could just lay here and, where it's warm for 15 more minutes and just hold it, or just get up and go. I don't know.
Yes, I understand.
Okay, so we're live. Is that right?
I think so.
Just waiting on
Monkey's uncle is here. Mindy's using Halloween emojis. She's in the
so
spirit.
cute.
She's in the spirit. Mm-hmm.
I appreciate it.
I love how committed to the Mork and Mindy. I love it. I love that. I mean, I think you have to be if your name's Mindy, right? Maybe her mom was into it. I need to find out. I have more questions.
Oh, you know what? I didn't even. Yeah.
Because she's got to be younger than that, right?
Oh, I don't know.
Maybe
I
her
think
mom was into it.
She said that.
I don't really get into guessing women's ages.
Smart.
Not a good idea.
Smart man.
But yeah, I knew there was no way she watched Mork and Mindy live
Yeah.
on network television.
Right.
That was a weird.
I'm more
period.
into guessing women's weight, Chris.
Mhm,
Yeah.
yeah.
Even deadlier.
Something
Man,
they
this
appreciate
guy.
that more.
Yeah.
You do know you have to raise a daughter, right? I suggest you knock that off.
It's more of a gets more of a reaction.
He says,
Yeah, let's see. I'm ready to get started pretty soon,
Yeah.
I guess, whenever you guys are. I don't
Whenever
know what,
Rob's ready with the
Rob's
post.
doing stuff.
No
problem.
Yeah. I usually do the live Instagram whatever tag and all that stuff. But we're good. And yeah, we're good.
Cool. Chris,
you
start.
did tag me, Robbie.
I wish I knew more how to do more photoshopping stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Or I wish I just, would put the time into it to learn it, because I think this is the year of the Halloween costume. That meme.
Yeah.
That meme template.
Yeah.
So great.
There's so many coming out, that are like getting real specific that it's this can't last long.
So fun though.
Unlike Let's Go Brandon, I'm not sure this is going to last.
I heard that the Spirit Halloween store wasn't exactly thrilled with it.
Well, they should be.
I love that. I love that article. No, I don't think they are, because the headline was like, "No, we are absolutely not making a costume called Gay Guy."
Yeah,
because they had people calling, like every costume is some nut job calling their customer service line saying, "I saw this on the internet." Like that was their example. Awesome. We are not selling a costume called Gay Guy.
Go to some recording the audio, Chris.
What's that? Boy. Oh yeah.
All right. 3, 2, 1.
Good evening, Endless Ranters. Welcome back for episode 126 of your Endless Ranters podcast. Thanks for watching, listening, and subscribing. We truly appreciate the support. My name is Chris, and I am but one of your hosts for this evening. I'm joined by the one and only Robbie Spotlight. What up, Robbie?
What's up, homies?
Oh, what's up with you, homie? Yeah. What are you up to? Yeah,
Hey.
right. And Quana continues to grace us with her presence. How you doing?
Holla. Good.
Good.
All in
And then
tonight. Ready.
all in. Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Not sure what that means, but
Wakanda for life. Oh, wait.
Okay.
Just kidding.
Wakanda forever.
Forever.
You're kicked out of Wakanda. And then there's a man with the plan. It's producer Manny. What's going down, Mo man?
Yo, man, if it's not on the talk, it don't rock. What's up, Chris?
You got it. Power to the people.
DJ Mole Man.
Huh?
DJ Mole Man.
DJ.
All kinds of stuff is up.
Yeah, man. Let's get into it.
Up is down, down is up.
So first of all, I want to thank Angie and Paul for coming and joining us of A&P Productions. I almost blanked there for a second.
A&P
But it's pretty easy. It's right in their name.
Yeah.
It was such a fun episode.
So I was like, A&P Productions, right? Could it be that simple? Like it's Angie and Paul? Yeah, it is. It is that simple.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
They were fun.
That was great.
We had a fun time.
Yeah.
I actually want to have them back on and talk more like on different genres of film, since it's not just horror that they're focused on. So
we
they're
will do
so
that
knowledgeable.
in 51 weeks.
Okay.
Well, whenever. Whenever.
Yeah.
If people wanted to do a deeper dive into horror, we could always do that. For sure.
We could talk Jaws.
Is that a horror movie? I guess
It's right behind you. So I was just keeping
Oh
it
yeah.
topical.
My son loves that movie. Yeah,
Oh, really?
It was like an impulse buy or something. Yeah.
I honestly thought that was something that you hung, and then you're like not even aware it's there.
I know. People are like, this guy really loves this movie.
You guys like fishing sharks or something, or what do you know?
Well, I don't know.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh, that's right.
Just last summer,
goodness.
you may have heard.
Mm-mm.
You may have heard that my son caught a shark.
Wait a
Pound
minute.
Shark. Yeah.
Hold up.
Hold on, wait. Was
Touched
the picture
touched
hung
it.
before or after the capturing of the shark?
Before, actually.
Wow.
Before. Yeah.
So
yeah.
he manifested his shark.
I think Jaws was like one of those first movies he saw that was like kind of like one of those grown up suspense thriller, like
Yeah, for me too.
classics or something. Yeah.
Hey, I have a question then, because a lot of people these days are parroting that everyone's attention span is shit. Does your son have a naturally like inquisitive outlook, and he'll sit through something, like he'll put the time in to see what happens, or is that something? Is that
If
something
he's
that he
interested
instilled
in it,
him?
if he's interested in it, yeah. He'll stick with things. I think he's pretty typical in that way,
Mhm.
So yeah, thanks Angie and Paul. That was very fun.
Thanks,
Hope everybody
guys.
learned a lot. And they're just
I'll
great
be back
people.
on soon.
Yep. So we'll catch up with hosts. I'll ask y'all how's everything's going in a minute. And then like what we didn't get to last week was horror ripped from the headlines.
Ripped.
Ripped
Rest in peace.
from the headlines. Yeah. Imagine me saying that with the capital R-I-P. Ripped.
Yeah, exactly.
Thanks, Robbie.
You're welcome.
I didn't even realize my own.
Genius.
I don't even know if you call that a pun or what. Yeah. I didn't even realize it.
Your own dad joke.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're pretty punny.
Yeah. Yeah. Horror ripped from the headlines. So like real life, like, yeah, we think about these things in movies, but then there's like these things are like happening like in like the next town over.
Yeah.
Mhm,
Yeah, it's
mhm.
crazy. Yeah. So I got a special shout out, that'll lead us into another topic. I guess we need to maybe talk about Elon took over Twitter. We've talked about that over the last few months of episodes. That's finally happened, I guess. So not sure what'll happen, but we'll probably get into that, touch on that a little bit. I love people's reactions to these things. Not the thing itself, but how people react to it. It's kind of wild. So
Like how you have to clarify that.
Yeah.
what's that?
As far as just like, I'm liking the reactions, not so much.
Yeah,
this.
because what the thing is usually not that big a deal.
Yeah.
Like the thing is usually like not that much is really going to change,
Yeah.
So
Boy, not to hear them tell it though. It sounds like
there's one group on one side like this, because there's people like, now that Elon, we have freedom now, we can say whatever we want. It's like, no, not really. No, you can't.
Exactly.
It's pretty much, it's very, very close to what, if there are changes, it'll be really close to what it is now.
yeah.
I don't know, but
Seems
Kanye's
to
back
be.
on Twitter.
Yay.
Yeah. Yay.
I mean, yay.
Oh,
is it yay? Is it e?
I think it's yay.
Yay.
I mean, can he do that being the owner of a parlor and be like, yo, let me hang out over here instead? Or
I don't know if he owns it yet, but that is one hell of a thing, right? Like Donald Trump not that Truth Social is a huge thing, but Donald Trump's got Truth Social.
Yeah.
Come on, guys.
Kanye West got Parler, and then Elon Musk has Twitter.
You guys are talking like...
I suggested someone else should buy Facebook, like Jordan Peterson was it.
Nice. Yeah.
And then everybody just gonna, everybody on the left is gonna go nuts.
Oh my goodness.
You guys are talking
They'll be back on MySpace.
Like the general manager of McDonald's can't go have lunch at Burger King. These guys can join. They can be, on Twitter and Parler.
I think Trump is not. He's saying he's not going to join back on the Twitter.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Well, he's got his. I mean, I think.
Yeah, I guess
that would be a case of like he just doesn't want to do it because he wants people to like. The only reason that anybody would join Truth Social is to maybe see what he's got to say.
Right.
But you don't even have to do that, because if he says anything on Truth Social, like someone will copy and paste it to Facebook or Twitter, like Instagram, like instantly. So it's
has he been saying things? I don't have my ear to the ground. No. Has he been saying things?
Yeah, but yes, he has, I think, but I don't read the statements, but I think they're all like kind of in line with what he normally would be saying.
Right. Are you on Truth Social? I think I have an account, but no, I'm not really on there. Yeah. Because I think there was a point where like you had to get invited. Oh. And then they opened it up and you just sign up with Apple or Google, whatever. Gotcha.
And, it's like curious what it looks like. And it looks like, it's like Twitter, like in 5 or 6 design changes, It's just like the same thing. It's a feed. It's like it's all the same. It just looks slightly different, like the boxes are rounded instead of squared on the corners, and the colors are different. They call things a little bit different, something different. But there's a like button, and a retweet or a repost or share button.
Okay.
Do you guys remember this? This reminds me of back in the day when MySpace was a thing. There was another website that was similar that I'm sure copied them. That was called, you guys remember Moco Space or something like that?
No.
Yeah.
Get out of here.
I'm not kidding.
Doesn't that mean boogers?
It does mean
real.
Get out of here.
Yep.
Was it for the early days Latinx? What do you mean?
It's probably the first Latinx before Latinx was a thing.
I never heard that.
Why are you even saying that? You guys had the opportunity to say Latino 3 times, and 3 out of 3 you said Latinx. Seriously.
They did. Those progressive shills then.
I mean, trust me, I love seeing people. I love seeing people reclassified like right before my very eyes.
Yeah.
Like they do it to themselves too, but it's like,
Chris, come on.
Look, it's catching on. Like Adam says it too. Like Adam Carolla says it. Like he always says Latinx now.
We're trying to.
I mean, I think he's saying it sarcastically though, right?
Right. But he's saying it every time, like 100% of the time.
We're trying to give everybody an opportunity, just like for the white folks out there. We got to change it up. You know how these people out there, they want to change
rebranding.
These people.
The people that change. They want to be so progressive, and then they change that Latino to Latinx or whatever. So with the whites, we need to change it to like instead of honky, honkex or something. I don't know.
It's true. Like they haven't gotten enough a variety of nicknames over the years. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like
we need a honkex.
Like zero creativity put into it.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I hear that.
I appreciate Robbie's initiative to take on the role of spokesperson for this whole thing.
Because your empathy.
Your Moco Space. Bring it back. Bring it back.
Bring it back.
I think there's a lot of like wacky social media sites, that like, I don't know, not to bring it back to something dark, but like that Uvalde kid that he was on some weird Vubo or Yubo or like some weird site that I guess like kids know about it, but it's essentially like a social media app that like where people talk to each other, like Minds or whatever. But like, and that's weird because they delete all that stuff to where now like most parents still have no idea that app exists that kids are like talking about. And And that app got no attention either because he was making all those threats on that platform, and they would kick him off, and then they'd let him back on. Then he'd make the same threats. And
Horrible.
no one ever did anything about it. But anyway. But yeah, so Elon owns Twitter now. He fired some people like that. You know, it's like what is it? Gratifying on a very, superficial level.
I was gonna say.
You know what I mean? Because it's not like the reason those executives were fired is because if they resigned, their pay package would be like 10% of what it would be if they just sat there and waited to get fired.
Yeah.
Like literally like,
yeah.
They're like, I can't quit. If I quit, I'll give up all my stock, like everything. Like I got to sit here and get fired and humiliated, but it'll be worth it because I'll get 10 times the payout.
What about the kitchen sink? It feels like he's trolling them. Like it's just funny.
Oh, of course. Yeah.
Well, he's like one of the kings of dad jokes, right? Because, as soon as he walked through the doors, he goes, wasn't he? He's like, I work here now. Let that sink in.
Yeah. Like I was listening to Breaking Points.
Wow.
Thanks, Manny, for turning me on to that podcast. I listen to it still sometimes, but
you're welcome.
But it was kind of disingenuous because at the beginning of their episode, they were like, I don't know what he was trying to do there. And it's like, it's pretty clear what he was trying to do there. It was like it's just a dad joke. Like,
yeah,
I think they just like to approach it more from the perspective of just like be an adult. That's why they kind of like, that's why they brush it off like that. I
don't know. It's like, and I think it's like, why? Be like, an adult with $44 billion to throw around. Okay. That's what I'm doing. This is what an adult with $44 billion of F me money, as Adam calls it.
Yeah.
Looks like. I get my assistant to go buy a sink and I carry it in.
I love it.
I don't know. This is a mini shout out to those folks that were like, I don't know what he was trying to do there. Like it was a lame joke.
That's funny. I think it's funny. I love that I like I said earlier today, I just picture him laying in bed and like reading all those memes and just laughing like maniacally.
I like to think about all the awkward situations when he's like touring and like there's people that really hate him.
Yeah.
That like are like forced to smile. But like, yes, welcome to the 4th floor. Yeah. Let me show you where we have our meetings, and they just like, but they're just, I don't know. But the real conflict is inside them because they like 5 minutes ago, they hated him and they want to go like, rage
but now
quit.
They want to talk
they were signing a letter, but like now he's in front of them and they totally chicken out.
Or want an autograph.
And they give him a tour of the executive bathroom suite. Like, yeah, a minute ago you were signing a letter with demands. Now you're giving him a tour of the now you're giving his key card, showing him how the elevators work. So not saying anything.
Yeah, it's so funny how I don't know. It shows the privilege that a lot of these employees also, not just them, not just the people that hate Elon, but just in general, the privilege I see of these new generation kids coming into work. Like I've said this before, I've seen people come into job interviews to the offices, like you have a coffee in your hand and like so comfortable. Me, I want to get rid of that coffee before I enter the building, just in case. I don't know. They come in so casual now, and then they talk to their bosses so casual, and
it's kind of their own fault though, because when you have like free, like executive chefs like on call in the cafeteria for free, and like you're treating your employees like they are royalty, like
for sure.
Yeah.
Don't be too surprised when they they write a letter and all sign it. And they all sign it demanding that you whatever the demands are.
Have you guys seen those videos? And Quana, you're pretty big on TikTok, right? These employees, they'll show up to Twitter, or there's a video I was watching where it's this girl that worked at Meta, or I guess Facebook, and she goes, well, my day starts with at work with the breakfast, with the eggs and the bacon and the orange. And then, I serve myself a latte. Then I work for about 30 minutes. And then, I do a little bit of yoga. And then I have another power meeting. And then we have our gym in the building. And then I go up to the roof. And it's like,
Yeah.
How much do you work a day? I don't know
Right.
how much, or if I know I have my account that's public or not public, I wouldn't want my boss seeing all these little things that I do throughout the day that don't require work.
Right.
So that's why I don't feel bad for some of these people.
Devil's advocate, though, like when things are going gangbusters,
Mhm.
right? And you're having to compete with Meta and all, and
Yeah,
you're like
yeah.
having to compete for all the
Right.
best talent. Like
You got to attract that talent, right?
These people, like they're like, yeah, this is a great. We love this video. Like, yeah, this employee is like probably a real shithead, whatever. But
Yeah.
like, we love this video because like right now we need to like steal the people away from Meta,
Mhm,
Right.
mhm.
and they got a nacho cheese fountain over there.
Yeah, exactly.
You know?
Yeah.
That's where I want to work.
8
Nacho cheese
cheeses,
fountain.
8 different cheeses in there.
Wow.
you
Yeah.
know?
Wow.
So they got to compete. So like when things are going gangbusters and you're not trying to slash costs, you're loving those videos being out there.
Manny, we got to offer 9 cheese dip, fondue at Moco Space.
Yes.
9.
9.
I mean, I'm not a fan of odd numbers. Can we go 10 instead?
Oh, hey, 10. It's
You
fine.
know what, Manny, you
Yeah.
think big. I like that.
Yeah.
I like that. That's the kind of person you want. That's the kind of person that deserves 10 cheeses.
Mhm.
Let's just be honest.
I
Yep.
live to please. Gonna say.
He is the
Well, anyway,
milkman.
like I'm glad that's just it's interesting, and I guess that's the thing too. It's people's reaction to it. Like a few years ago, Elon Musk made electric cars cool, and like
Everybody loved him. They're all
even though it can
driving
be
his
argued,
cars.
yeah, it can be argued that like at this point they were actually worse for the environment.
Yeah.
But
Batteries.
like
and
people
all
are
that.
really into it and like really, really appreciated him because he made them cool and like acceptable and like,
Not just like cool and acceptable, but actually cool looking, because everything.
yeah, that's what I
all the
mean. Yeah.
EVs Before they just look so fucking dorky. I mean,
Yeah.
they
Yeah.
got
Yeah.
better
Yeah.
After
Like there had to be like it's like a design thing where it had to be like, you can't go from, driving a Jeep Cherokee gas powered to drive to like being in an electric car, like out of what's that movie? I'm drawing
Back
a
to the
blank.
Future.
No, the one with Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Terminator.
Oh.
I was just thinking like a weird boxy electric
Yeah.
car, like that auto drives.
Is it Demolition
like,
Man?
yes, I'm like 500 years in the future, no one will care. And it's just like, this is just a box that gets me to where I want to go.
Right.
But like still right now, like people want the car to look cool
Right.
and to like kind of have cool like features inside and like neat icons. And
They kind of make that
Yeah.
noise like the Jetson car too. There's a lot in my neighborhood, and I'll be out walking the dogs, and I'll hear.
Yeah.
It's like,
I love that.
okay.
yeah.
I have a Hemi, bitch.
So they love that, like he was just so popular. And now all of a sudden he's like a threat to democracy. Like, what?
Yeah.
It's like most people like what country is he a citizen of? Does anybody even know? Like I think he's an
Running Man.
American citizen, but I'm not really, like most people wouldn't be able to. If I said, will you
Aside
put a
from
pay?
his-
Like, would you like? Are you certain about that? Would you put like $100 down to say that he's like? Most people would be like, no, not really. Like, I don't know where the hell he's from or whatever.
South Africa, right?
He's one of the
That's
most
where he's
successful
from. But like,
African
I
Americans.
guess he's an American, or I don't know. Maybe he's got dual citizenship or something. I don't know.
This might sound like a stupid question, but I'll pose it anyway. Do you think people in his position are considering his contribution to society would be considered more of a world citizen, since they don't really have to reside in any one place? They could just go set up shop and do their thing and then bounce around, do whatever.
I think so, but that's still kind of a new concept, maybe, to humanity. Like, like there's like worldwide popular figures. Like you got like I don't know, Michael Jackson just popped into my head, but like that's entertainment. But like I don't know, yeah.
Or just not just entertainment. Let's just open it up to people that
Like he's an international. I
Right.
think is what you're saying. Yeah.
yeah.
I don't know. He probably can't be president or like a political leader anywhere. So
It's
Yeah.
weird how this, like the controversy stuff, like the Amber Heard things and the stories about the cuddle puddles, they all just kind of get washed. It like when you have that much power, the things about you seem to disappear.
Yeah. I Imagine the freedom that you could live your life with if you had a team of attorneys with NDAs for everybody to sign all the time.
Right.
Like,
Right.
hey, I'm going to go downtown tonight. Follow me and have a bunch of NDAs. Have a bunch of NDAs in a briefcase.
Yeah.
With make sure your pens work.
Yep. We're cuddling,
just
baby.
like,
We are cuddling.
like I'm just gonna live my wildest fantasies and no one can do anything about it.
Right. And all the kids, he wants to repopulate the world. So he's got like tons of babies all over the place.
Yeah.
So him and what's the guy's name?
Nick Cannon.
Yes, Nick Cannon. Thank you.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, what 20 some odd kids or whatever.
Yeah, between the two of them, they're
Bob
well
Marley was
underway.
also like that. He has an insane amount of kids.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Interesting. Interesting.
I guess that's kind of that could be like a rich man, poor man thing.
Right.
It's probably already been
Amount of
done
kids.
where like you could either you got enough money to pay for them all or you have none. You're just like, fuck it.
Yep.
What are you going
Just
to do?
still having them.
What are you,
Yes.
what are you going to do? Can't even afford the abortion.
Oh no.
You know, what are you going to do?
What are you gonna do?
Anyway.
It's weird you mentioned that because I don't know if I've brought it up on the show before, but growing up, I used to go to a catechism, and one of my teachers, she told us that she had like 11, 12 kids and lived out of a van at one point in her life. I was just like, what the fuck? I can't even imagine that, man.
Right.
You need to be like, that's illegal.
Yeah, sounds
So like where all the kids, like each kid was just standing up straight. You know what I mean? Like each kid, like I don't even think you could fit that many kids in a van, like crisscross applesauce. You know what I'm saying?
I mean,
Yeah.
maybe if you took
You like
out,
that? How I use that term instead
I
of
did.
instead of the sardine.
Indian style.
Christopher Columbus style.
Yeah. I like it. I appreciate that.
Oh, you're welcome.
Yes.
I'm very sensitive.
I appreciate it.
And I don't make kids get kicked out of daycare. You know, it's dangerous. No, what are we talking about here?
Real life horror stories.
I don't think we were. I don't think
we
we
were
were talking about that
Elon
yet.
Musk. I was circling it back.
Yeah. But yeah, my special shout out was really to the random internet guy who thinks that he's outsmarted Elon Musk in this situation. Like,
Oh yeah, how's that?
yeah, like that's got like financial advice, like there's just comments like he got played on this one. Like, did he? It's all like there's comments like he has no idea what he's doing. Like, oh, okay.
No,
Like I'm not saying that Elon is like putting together the space rockets, but he does own companies that own space rockets, you know, that take off and then land, you know, and I'm not saying he knows how to build an electric car, but he's, you know, he at least owns a company that builds a bunch of electric cars. So
and
like,
not only that, he hires really smart people, I'm sure, right? So even
every
if
now
he's
and then,
not
probably
the smart one, yeah,
you know, I can't really guarantee that, Rob, but probably. You know, so I don't know.
You might think.
I feel like he might have some idea what he's doing. Some idea.
He seems to have it figured out.
It's an interesting, like, there's a, like, you know, Adam Carolla, Ace Man, he'll say like they should just put Elon Musk in charge for a while, or, you know, like if there's a problem, just put him on it. Like, it's kind of weird because this Ukraine thing where he put up a poll, like, because he was suggesting something about like some kind of peace agreement, like, you know, whatever it was just like something that was encouraging negotiations or something. And the world leaders are just like, fuck off. Like, I think that's what like the Ukrainians, like like, I don't know who he was, key diplomat or whatever, was just like, fuck off. Like literally like wrote fuck off on Twitter. Yeah.
Wasn't
it's like,
he offering,
so it's like,
the
no, like
Starlink
our
or something
world
like that?
leaders don't want solutions. Like,
yeah,
he's kind of living and breathing example of like our world leaders do not want to hear about any good solutions. Like, they are perfectly fine with all the problems. Like,
because they make money off of it. And
yeah, the problems are good. You know, like they like the problems. They like the problems to be predictable and, you know,
good problems to have. Yes, yes.
like he'll just suggest something that's like a good idea. And I mean, believe me, there's plenty of people that are just like, that's great. You know, and there's things I don't understand, but there's so many people that are just like, fuck off. Like, okay. Like, what? Well, I don't understand that stance, you know.
Wild.
Well, kind of like I just saw. I don't know if I mentioned it, but you know that that story with the kids from Thailand, the soccer team, and they got stuck in some sort of cave and it over flooded, right?
Yeah. I don't know all the details of that, but he may have come off. I remember him. The gist of the story, just like overview that I understood was like he came off looking kind of like a bad guy in that situation.
Yeah. At least,
but I don't know. I don't really know. So
yeah. Apparently, he got into a feud with one of the people from, I don't know, Thailand, or it was a back and forth. He offered help, but I think I could have remembered that he wanted his name, like, you know, whatever SpaceX or whatever being mentioned, and they ended up not using him or something. I don't know.
I thought he sent like he flew some kind of things over there, right? Didn't he?
Like
some kind of like
or something,
sending assistance.
Yeah, and then I think the feedback there was like this isn't really going to work. And I don't know. Then like some name calling.
Oh yeah,
I think he called some people some pedos or something.
Yep.
I love it.
I don't know. I don't know. Yeah.
Apparently he apologized for calling one of the
okay.
rescuers pedos. I just looked it up because he was under fire for I guess
he's like, why are you trying to get those kids out of that cave? What are you, some kind of? It's like I'm just a rescuer. I work for the fire department, sir.
Yeah.
Like, why are you so interested in these kids? He's like, well, because they're trapped underwater. Like, part of my job description is saving kids.
Apparently, he took offense. I guess one of the people that was working with the team called it. He was building because he was building, I guess, a miniature submarine, but he called it a PR stunt. One of the other people in an interview on CNN. So I guess that's what
I could see. Like that's a emotional situation where someone's just like, this is not going to work. And then says something like, this is more of a PR stunt.
Yeah.
You know, and then, dudes with $44 billion to burn get their feelings hurt.
Yes. That's the thing. He seems like he has sensitive feelings.
Yeah.
Like, what? Someone talking back to me? What?
Yeah. Musk had
must be a pedo.
Help from some of his engineers from SpaceX and the Boring Company, which is an awesome name.
Yeah.
Every time someone mentions that, because I just think that it's again a dad joke. It's just like
yeah, exactly.
But what he was trying to like, I don't even know if it was real, but he was trying to like he recognized, unlike all of our leaders, they recognize that traffic is a huge problem. Right. Like in Los Angeles, he was talking about boring a tunnel from like whatever to like alleviate traffic to the airport, something. And everybody's like, but again, there's plenty of people that are like, this is great. Like, yeah, how can we help? But there's like a lot of people that are just like, go to hell.
Right.
Yeah.
Like, what?
We want our traffic.
This is a PR stunt. This is a PR stunt. I hope you burn in hell. Like, what? Like, maybe it is a PR stunt, but maybe it's like could lead to something.
Yeah. So like, exactly. So what if it's a PR star? Is it going to help the kids? Yes. Okay. Why not?
Let's go.
So you're cool. Hey, if everybody's cool with the status quo, and like you just like traffic, you think some magic's going to come along and like fix it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, they have to have the money for the bullet train. There's a lot of corruption in the bullet train. So I imagine if Elon wants to tunnel and do it for, it kind of would cut into that. That grab bag, if you will.
Yeah.
And I'm not so sure, boring giant tunnels underneath the city is great.
Probably.
Is a great idea.
With our infrastructure, probably not really great.
Know.
Yeah.
I'm sure he had it, but I don't want to be that guy that I just shouted out. It's like, he has no idea what he's doing.
Yeah.
Like,
exactly.
He's never operated a tunnel boring machine before.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's okay. You're allowed to contradict yourself, Christopher.
Oh yeah, I know.
Okay, good.
Oh, trust me. The
night is young.
So what's going on with you guys?
Robbie's gonna have a baby.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, you're
coming soon.
You're a week closer.
Every week I'm a week closer. Every week, I'm trying to be a helpful guy, helpful husband. You know,
Good.
the wife can barely bend over now, so I'm trying to put on the socks and the shoes and all that
Oh,
stuff.
that's so nice.
Yeah. I bought her a pair of shoes that you just slip on,
Are they
and
Vans?
apparently they're pretty helpful.
Crocs?
A lot of nurses like those shoes because they're very easy
Slip-on
to slip.
shoes?
Well, yeah, and they're Nikes.
Are they
you
like the
just kinda
clogs? Oh, okay.
not clogs, but I'll maybe in the comments or later on I'll post it. But they're pretty popular with nurses. I hear Crocs are popular with doctors and nurses.
Yeezys?
Not Yeezys.
Yeezys by Skechers? No, it'll be
LA
Yeezys,
gear.
Yeezys by Keds.
Yeah.
K Swiss.
Yeah. No. Well, apparently I can't even have Adidas anymore. Man, I don't
Why
know
not?
their history, I guess. No, anyways, so yeah,
That
those
no
shoes
one's
are
talking
comfortable.
about.
Yeah.
I told you they've paid enough for that. They've
I
paid
know.
enough. They paid
Yeah,
It's
their.
just
you're right.
wild though that's not like it's just don't get me started.
Oh, well, speaking of shoes, and I'll ask Rob because he's a shoe connoisseur,
Sure.
but like
Sure.
maybe Elon could turn his gigafactories into shoe factories,
For Kanye.
make
Yeah.
Kanye shoes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
You know what? I saw the tweet where they were like joining forces together. So it could be for shoes.
Caitlyn Jenner was wearing a pair of Yeezys. I saw.
Oh, really? Oh,
It's
wow.
amazing if you go to the dailymail.com or .co.uk or whatever. I don't even know what it is, but it's amazing the things you can learn there.
Yes. Yes.
Are they sponsoring us?
All these things are going on in the world. Yeah, man. They should.
Yes.
Shout out to the Daily Mail. Thank you.
That must be
UK?
confusing. Yeah. But yeah, like so Caitlyn Jenner was wearing Yeezys.
Yeah.
She's been trying to put herself in the news lately. She called out that trans lady too. Like she got kind of
Oh, was it
salty.
Dylan Mulvaney or whatever?
Dylan? Yeah.
Yeah.
I saw. Do you see that video where Dylan says, "Oh, we're wearing these tight black shorts." Some people were looking at me and they were looking at my
the
bulge, and normalize the bulge and the bulge this, bulge that. And then I'm looking. I'm like trying to look at the bulge, and I'm like, dude, don't flatter yourself. Like you really think your junk is that big? You're whatever you got. No, relax. It ain't that big. So
Gotcha.
it's not too bulgy.
I just
You feel like it was a flex?
Yeah, come on.
Like-
I'm gonna start saying that. Oh, everybody was looking at my bulge at the mall this
how far
morning.
back? Just imagine this meeting between Joe Biden and this person, this Dylan. Like the
Oh
person
my
goes
God.
by
I feel
Dylan
so sad
Yeah.
for him.
for Biden. Or for-
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, how far back in time do you have to go back to in Biden's life? Do you have to go back to show him this video without him being like, get the fuck out of here? You know what I mean? Like 4 year, like could be 2 years. Like could it just be like 2 years ago? Be like, go back in time, be like, Joe,
Yeah.
in 2 years, you're gonna be doing this video.
I got a move idea.
And then she can be telling you all these things, and you're gonna be like, yeah. And you're gonna be agreeing with everything she says, or whatever. He'd be like, get the fuck
Remember when
out
he
of here.
interviewed Cardi B?
Oh yeah.
mean, her-
No.
Yes,
No, I
before the election, they had a big, like he had a sit down one-on-one with Cardi
okay, I
B.
vaguely remember that. Yeah.
Oh
yeah,
my
yeah.
goodness. Like her
Wait.
song was about WAP, right?
Yeah.
WAP or
Wait,
Yeah, WAP.
WAP.
Biden did? I thought, or was
Biden sat down with Cardi B and did an interview about the state of healthcare. And remember, she wanted her college loans, or she wanted him to do
the debt
get rid of
forgiveness? Hmm.
man. See how easy we forget? That was 2 years ago, y'all. So
Well,
I'm
I
going
mean,
to say 2 years. To answer your question, Chris? 2
Yeah.
years.
Yeah, it's just crazy, like I think that like he could never imagine himself in that interview.
So weird.
and
weird.
like and it's like it is really sad, like you said, because he has no idea. Like this
It's
person
so
is sitting there
weird.
saying that, like basically saying that children should be able to decide like to have double mastectomies and like have their junk cut off, and Joe Biden's just like, that's messed up. Like they should be able to do that. Like,
Yeah,
yeah, you're right. Like we should let kids do that stuff. Like
it's wild.
it's like he's so impressionable. Like, damn, like that's crazy.
If he was your
Like a
dad or your
freaking
uncle or your
TikToker.
grandpa, you would want him to be like,
Yeah.
you would give him a little bit of dignity, which I feel like he's the president of our country and we should give him dignity. It's
If
kind
he
of
was your
disgusting.
dad and Jill Biden was your stepmother, you'd be like, I think my stepmother's like trying
Yeah.
to kill my dad.
Yeah,
Like,
right?
You'd have all these like real weird thoughts about your stepmother. Like, man, I
Yes.
think she's like, man,
She
what is
doesn't
she
care
doing?
about
Like,
him.
what is
Yeah.
what is she doing? Like, is she giving him shots? Like who's this doctor? You know,
Yeah.
who's this young
No.
doctor she's hanging out with that's like always got a bag with him?
Oh my
Like-
goodness.
Yeah.
I just think you give the president of the country a little bit of dignity, and there is none in that. I feel bad. That's sad. Sad. We don't care. Clearly.
Like I get the reason, and I hope I'm not biased. I mean, I could be because I'm not a fan, but like the whole thing where it's like, man, Jill Biden, sorry, Dr. Jill.
Dr. Jill. Yeah. Don't forget.
Dr. Jill, like, man, obviously, you know, he is not up to speed. Like,
No.
what's in it for you? Like, what's up? What's up with that? Like, is it that important? Like your mission is like letting him fulfill his dream of being president. Like, that's why you like just kind of let him be buffooned. Like she leaves him on stage when
That's
like
horrible.
But maybe that's part of his shtick too. Is his shtick is now like turning around and be like, oh, you know, like point, like where should I go? Like that's part of his like thing, like a nervous tick or something. But
like a stutter. Gotcha.
Yeah, and then there's this
So
like
now
there's the Fetterman guy who's even worse. He's the guy that's running for senator against Dr. Oz in Pennsylvania.
Right.
And he had a stroke in May, and he had to debate Tuesday night, which was brutal to look at because he's not. Well, they say that his mental faculties are all still there, but he just can't process sound or whatever, like as auditory processing and speech problems. But it's like, well, how do you know? Like, does he still type like 100 words a minute?
Mm-hmm.
You know, because they're like, he's really good on social media.
Now,
And
why
it's
do
like-
we not like Dr.
People that
Oz, or
age
people don't like
too much.
Dr. Oz? Is it because he's Oprah's guy, or
No, he's
just
a
TV
Republican, I think.
doctor. Like you're a TV doctor. Like there's a certain amount of stank that is on you.
gotcha?
Like same with
Okay.
Dr. Drew, to be fair. Like Dr.
Yeah.
Drew's always going to have like a legion of people that like don't like him,
Right.
like, because he's a TV doctor, like because he's Dr. Drew.
He's a love
Like,
doctor.
Yeah.
like it's like when you use your first name, like Dr. Jill,
Yes.
it's like you're not a real doctor. It's weird.
Okay. Yeah.
No, Dr. Drew is a real doctor.
Yes.
Or Dr. Nick.
Hi,
Hey, everybody.
I don't know. It's sad. It's kind of sad, but
It is.
yeah, it's hard to tell like if he knows what's going on.
It's
Who's
not really
this?
hard to tell.
Biden or
Christopher. It's not
Fetterman?
hard to tell. Come on. I mean,
No,
you can
like,
tell that
I
he
mean-
doesn't know, right?
Like, no, it's very possible that he totally understands like has like a, you know, like a whatever, a feasible tax plan, like philosophy on taxes. Like he just can't really like debate about it because he can't really understand what the hell you're saying, and he can't really speak.
Okay.
But if you give him a half hour, he can type out.
Gotcha.
Yeah, exactly.
Like it's kind of getting weird. Like maybe it's, I was saying like they're in a lot of news articles, they'll say like this is not his forte,
Yeah.
like speaking in public, but on social media, he's really good. It's like, oh really? Like, so like you're telling me all this tweets, like these are all from him.
Exactly.
Right.
Like you fucking, how dumb do you think people are? Like,
There are some dumb people. It's from a street team. Remember the radio stations? They all had a van as in a street team. Now it's their Twitter street team.
yeah, like Hillary Clinton, like all of them, you know,
E-team.
like Joe Biden sitting there, like, I'm going to fire off a tweet. Like, okay.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah, exactly.
They're like, no, sir, you're not. No, you are not. Like they got to
Oh.
change the password on the White House Twitter account more than they have to change the nuclear passcodes,
Right.
Yeah, exactly.
just in case Joe gets a hold of his phone, like someone leaves him unsupervised with a phone.
That's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking the red phone or the button, you know, the red button.
Oh, they got to cut that. There's no way
Yeah.
they got that plugged in anything now. They,
Yeah.
It's got to be like, it's got to like go to like,
It's gonna be a Fisher Price red phone.
It's got to go to another office.
Gotta, like,
It's
go to, like, some-
to a team of the street
Yeah.
team.
I was thinking like a private somewhere in a shack, like a remote base in Alaska. Like
Yeah.
we got to make sure this call goes nowhere. But he
Yes.
talks to somebody.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, it's so sad for us mostly, but
Yeah, but he had a stroke, and his wife was making statements early on like this is just a blip. Like literally, I think that was the quote, like a blip or a bump in the road or something. Like really tried to minimize it.
yeah.
Maybe she meant
Like,
his
and I'm
heart
like-
was just making a blip. you
Yeah,
know?
exactly. The EKG machine.
Yeah, exactly.
Kept
Yeah.
making that noise. But no, yeah, and then it's like 6 months later. No, lady, this was not a blip. Like there's
Mhm. Something up.
something's up. I don't know. Maybe they should put a test. This sounds cruel, but like I would like to see you type. All right, so you're saying you can't hear that great, but you can read, and you're saying that you can't speak that well. But all right, I'm going to ask you a question. I'd like to see you type a paragraph of like 3 or 4 complete sentences and give me an answer.
A very quiet debate.
See if you can do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but Dr. Oz, like I guess he did get in trouble because he tried to sell some like weird diet pills, and
Oh,
he got
right.
into some of those little scams and whatnot.
Okay. So did Oprah cut ties with him?
I don't know.
want to say yeah.
Okay.
don't
She
know.
must have, huh? Okay.
I
Interesting.
mean, they may not have been like doing stuff together anyway.
Gotcha.
I don't know. It's been a while since he's been on the cover of O magazine.
I would imagine.
Oh, really?
Mhm.
You still get the subscription?
Mhm,
Subscription?
mhm.
Yeah. Good.
Yeah, I'm waiting.
Good. Keeping the magazine business alive.
Plus, he's like Dr. Oz he's a dual citizen of Turkey and the United States.
Oh, I did not know that.
Mm-hmm.
His face has really changed over the years. Like
Has
it's a little bit more tucked or nipped or something.
Oh,
Something's
yeah,
different.
I'm sure. Yeah.
Yeah. I can see that.
Being on TV, like people will be like, yeah, I kind of expect that to happen.
Yeah.
Mm. I don't. Well, he's from New Jersey. Also, he's not from Pennsylvania. He's
Well, there you
He's a
go.
carpetbagger.
Okay.
I think he just moved to Pennsylvania for this election.
Oh,
Which,
interesting.
mhm.
Hmm.
So
Like,
he's
he
kind
didn't
of
have maybe
kind of
he had
a
a home there.
hard. I don't know.
He's a
Okay.
honk X from Jersey.
Kinda. He's a Turk-X. I don't know. Turks.
Honk X.
I'm gonna make it a thing.
What about Caucasian? There's Asian right in that. What about that? I mean, Caucasian,
Caucasian X? I don't know.
Asian, Caucasian.
I think Caucasian like technically includes Hispanics. I don't think I think if you go to like the United States government, the census or whatever, how these things are technically officially classified, I don't think that like they don't consider Hispanics like a race or anything like that. It's just like a weird, I don't remember the
No.
term. No, there's a weird term they use for it, like a classification within something.
Chris, I think the term is breakfast tacos. Is
Mhm.
what you're looking for.
That's what
Yeah.
it was on the tip of my tongue.
Yeah.
Their
You're welcome.
whole-
No, it's something weird. There's something weird. It's like kind of is like they're keeping track of people that are of Hispanic origin, whatever. But it's not like a race classification.
Race, nationality. I don't know.
I don't think nationality. I don't think it's that either.
No, right?
It's got I forget, but it's it's been years since I like looked at it because I was curious.
He has a point
'Cause-
because whenever I fill out certain applications that have to do with my health or maybe government issued IDs, I noticed that it's just like, wait, why isn't this here, or why is this in this classification? Which is something I wanted to look into. I just honestly have the worst attention spans. That's why I never got around.
It's a weird. If you get into it, it'd be a weird thing where it does make sense, like it's explained, and they definitely are keeping track of it, but like kind of like I don't know, like just Not as it's like a classification or something. Yeah.
Interesting.
Well, we solved that problem.
Yeah.
Good night, everybody.
Bring
Racism is solved.
A slowing crawl.
All right. So enough with the host catch up.
We only did
And,
with Robbie though.
Yeah.
Well,
what
I
was
meant-
it?
I meant what I said. I meant what I
Don't forget
said.
Chris's rude demeanor.
I meant what I
Only
said.
coming of you.
Uh,
Well, I don't know. I don't know how we're doing on time. Seems like we've been.
Oh.
We're good
Oh,
on
yeah.
time.
Oh, we are okay.
Yeah.
Well, okay. All right, Manny. What's up?
No, but real
Manny's-
quick, by
Manny's
the way,
got new lights.
thanks. A couple of assholes sent me some gifts for the baby.
Oh, yeah.
I put out the registry. Maria, Martina, and then
Shout out
oh,
to you
shoot.
two.
Yeah, and then I think a couple people they didn't put their names. I couldn't find their names, but shout out to all you guys. Love you guys. Thank you.
That's sweet.
You are appreciated.
My
Yes.
contribution is going to be I'm just going to share cool YouTube videos with you.
Okay.
Instructional
like-
videos.
How to like
Yes.
super swaddle, how to do the super swaddle.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. So
Like you can
Shut-
call me anytime from the store, be like, should we get this? And I'll be like, no, man, that's bullshit.
yeah. I want to get those. Remember those booger suckers?
Yeah.
You know, that you squeeze. Yeah.
They
Yeah.
give you that at the hospital.
Oh,
Yeah.
well, cool.
You
Awesome.
leave with the blue one.
The
well,
blue-
they-
Yeah,
I
yeah,
see-
that's definitely one thing. Yeah, like everything you can when you leave that hospital room. Like
Take it
if
off.
it isn't bolted down, that shit's
Yeah.
yours.
I'll
Yeah.
take it.
Take
Shit
it.
is yours. It
What's
doesn't even matter
this
if you don't know
machine
what it
that goes
is.
like that. I'll take that one.
Oxygen tanks, whatever's
Yeah.
handy.
Yeah.
Nitrous tank.
Bring a
Uh,
big bag, empty,
that's-
an empty
okay.
big bag.
Okay.
We
anyways.
literally still have like
Mhm.
like little plastic bins or like I don't know, just whatever, like a bucket, whatever for like cleaning out bottles or whatever from the hospital from when my son was born. It's 11 years
Oh.
ago. Yeah, he just turned 11 this past week. So
Oh, happy
that's
birthday.
awesome. Yeah.
Yep.
Happy
Happy
yeah,
birthday.
we still have some of that stuff. It's kind of funny.
Yeah,
Oh
but-
man.
Swaddling blankets, diapers. Yeah, because they might leave, like they might open a fresh pack, you know,
Mhm.
like before you check out.
Mhm,
Right.
mhm.
You're like, oh, that's coming with us.
Yeah.
All right. Well, yeah. Thanks everybody. And Manny, what's your week? What have you been up to?
Going stir crazy, trying to get over this cold. So I'm ready to get back out into the world when I can. I'm going crazy within these walls, man.
Oh yeah. You chilling at home? You
Yeah.
relaxing? Did you take a sick day?
I took a sick week. I didn't work all week.
Ooh.
So
Wow.
yeah.
Okay.
Been really sick.
So just did some gaming.
Gaming. What games?
Skater XL. I was gonna get into some Zelda, but honestly, I just wanted to just chill. Like if I just want to relax and zone the fuck out, for me, Skater XL is the game.
So Skater X. Got it.
XL. Yeah.
L.
I got it, Rob.
Did you watch any shows? Did you catch up with some shows or what?
What the fuck did I catch up on? I caught up on some anime. Been watching a lot of YouTube, honestly.
I meant some shows that we would all have heard of before.
Enjoy. Think about.
I'm sorry, guys.
I just said heard of. I didn't say enjoy.
Okay, well, I have been watching Reboot on Hulu. I don't know if you guys have heard of that.
I have.
Hulu?
Is that like digital
have
cartoon or
Hulu.
something? No, what is that?
No, so it's about a sitcom. Paul Reiser is the EP on it.
I'm out.
He's in it. You're not a fan of Paul Reiser?
How old are you, man? Are you like 65?
I know. Does he
Retire
play a
already.
douchebag?
You're a big Mad About You fan too?
I used to watch that show. Come on, Helen Hunt. She was
All right, stop.
cute back in the day.
So this is what
Mhm.
happens when we ask what's going on with
It's
Manny.
too much. I'm gonna pass
Now-
on me. Can we pass?
Now we're at each other's throats.
All right. No, but so yeah, if you want something that isn't anime related, watch Reboot. It's funny. Johnny Knoxville's in it. There's this one cat
Okay.
who's a child star who grows up and he's kind of a social weirdo because he's still latched onto his mom, but it's
No, that doesn't
enough.
make you weird. Hello. Just
Well,
kidding.
not you.
Mm.
Once you watch
I'm
the show, you
kidding.
know what I mean.
Okay.
Anyway, yeah, Reboot. If you guys watch something funny and that's not anime related, I was gonna watch a Grateful Dead documentary that's on Prime. I think it was.
Oh,
Okay.
long strange trip.
Yes.
Mhm.
I wanted to familiarize myself more with your world and honestly just
Aw.
check out their music.
It's okay. I tried to watch that, but I listened to the soundtrack, I think, 'cause it's on Amazon Prime Music, whatever. But I don't know. I went to a lot of Grateful Dead concerts, so I don't know. I just kind of lived it.
Yeah.
I don't know. It is an interesting story, but I don't know. It's there's a lot of like drinking and drugs involved, so it's like I probably heard the story many times on the origin stories.
Right.
Never in a real studious frame of mind when I'm hearing
The story.
hearing the stories.
Some guy in a parking lot selling falafel
Yeah.
balls.
But I love that's my favorite band of all time. So they got it all. They got it all. I don't know, but I'd be curious. I'd say watch the doc just to see like what songs jump out at you.
Yeah, that's honestly
You know what I mean? Because there are so many different genres of music they covered.
I dig that in a band that just is like, you know what? We're not sticking into any one format. We'll just make whatever the fuck we're in the
Yeah,
mood.
I mean, I'm not saying they had range from like classical music to like punk, but it's like no, they did like
sounds,
country,
for
like
sure.
folk music, country kind of, psychedelic rock, whatever you want to call it, jamming out, jam band stuff. So but some old like some of my favorite there's an acoustic album called Reckoning, Grateful Dead Reckoning. It's kind of slow, it's acoustic, but man, it's just like a lot of old songs, like folk songs, some originals too. But it's acoustic, so really and it's like when they were in their prime. Because I think by the time I started seeing the Grateful Dead, I think they were kind of downhill.
Right.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Because they were
their
over
best,
the hill.
Yeah, like Jerry's best days were behind him at that point for sure.
Gotcha.
Same.
So like the show quality would be erratic, I think. it would be, but really. I would see him in like at what was then US Air Arena,
right,
which is like an indoor arena, DC, and then RFK Stadium, which I don't know if it's there anymore, but yeah, that was crazy. That was where the Redskins used to play. And then go up to Philadelphia, like the Spectrum, I think.
Wow.
Most of these stadiums are gone now. They've been upgraded, but yeah, that was kind of our area where we'd go, like because they do those shows consecutively over like a 2-week period.
Right.
So
fun.
But now, and then I remember back then, like just getting a bootleg tape was a big deal when it was good quality. But now, like there's this there's an app. I don't know if anybody's heard of it. I think it's called Re-Listen. Have you heard of this app called Re-Listen?
Are they our sponsor?
There's an app called Re-Listen, and it's basically like I don't know if you'd like it, but it's got a bunch of bands on there. It's just a bunch of live concerts. If they're bootleg, they're just uploaded. So there's just like shitloads of Grateful Dead concerts uploaded from like the year I was like the early 70s. And then some modern bands too, like that are kind of like jam bands or whatever, like Fish, that kind of stuff. Dave Matthews, like Blues Traveler, even there's like Blues Traveler concerts on there. It's all free.
It's called, tell me again, Reboot?
Re-Listen.
Re-Listen. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I'll look at it right now. How about
I thought the app was kind of buggy, but it was like, my point is like back then it was like, there was a point where you could go to like a music shop and go to like the back room and buy like a bootleg, like literally like a illegal bootleg DVD, like a CD or something. Yeah. But now it's just, there's just an app with all of it for free.
That's amazing.
It's like, I don't even know, like hours doesn't do it justice. Hours, months of content.
Right. Nice.
Concerts, all that stuff. So, but there's a ton of bands too, like that are kind of in that, not Grateful Dead category, but like,
Stills, Nash, and what's his face?
Maybe like Blues
Stills,
Traveler, Fish, like just those types of bands, like even more though, like folk bands, Bella and the Flecktones, I think Bella Fleck and the Flecktones, those kinds of people.
All right, that's a rabbit hole.
Yeah.
Manny, tell us about your new lights.
Got
Do you
some
see
new
them? They're kind
lighting.
of going. They're.
Yeah, I decided on this weird blue-white pattern just because
I like it.
it's just slightly below super bright, and you can see this ugly mug. So instead of having the normal lights going on in here all the time, I was just like, I prefer this. So
I like it.
considering how I was listening to some records the other night as well while gaming, I was just like, dude, this is like totally. I could see why people get these kinds of lights. It's just like it was relaxing.
It's a vibe.
Yeah, dude, it's a total vibe.
It's a vibe. I like it. Sweet.
Yeah.
Is it like sorry if I didn't catch it, but is it like the tape, like all the LED lights on like a strip of tape kind of thing?
They are on a strip, and I did use tape. It's kind of a very jerry-rigged setup.
That's cool. Yeah, that's cool. Those are cool things because you can get them and they're not like they're pretty reasonably priced, but like you can kind of like there's all kinds you can program them and all these things. Yeah.
Right.
I had found a bucket of string lights when I worked at the Salvation Army a few years ago that I brought home with me. It's just like, dude, yeah, I've been wanting something like this, but the battery box where the cable initially just got its source from, it was all beat up to hell. So I was like, I can't repair this. So it was just total loss. So whatever. But yeah.
Yeah, there was a time where you'd have to like you'd have to be rich to like pay an electrician to like drill holes, like do all these things, and you'd have to do it before the house is built. Now it's like, oh no, I got like $50. I'm gonna like fucking do it up on Amazon and just plug it in every little battery pack that lasts for pretty much forever. Yeah.
I bought these little tea lights to go in my fairy houses, and they have a remote control. Like they're just tea lights. They're just little click on tea lights and they have a remote control. You can set it for 4, 6, or 8 hours. It's crazy. They were $15 for like 15 of those little things. It's just wild with the remote. Wild.
Yeah.
Good time to be alive. Yeah.
Amen.
All right. So should we do some horror? Did we skip anybody? Is everybody good? All right. So horror ripped from the headlines. I know you got a few, Robbie.
Yeah.
Do you mind if I start?
Go ahead.
This is one of my favorites. I'm going to share it. Let me see if I can share this. I saw this like before we had Angie and Paul on, like a couple weeks ago. I guess it just happened. Let's see. So in Washington State, some woman, do you see it? Can you see my screen?
Yeah.
All right.
Oh, there he is at the Daily
Washington
Mail.
woman. I know this website's got so many great stories. Washington woman buried alive by her husband. She called 911 with her Apple Watch.
Yeah.
But like, I'm not going to read the whole story, but some bullet points here. She's telling this story. Like, this is the horror part. Like, she's telling the story about how she was thrown in the trunk. Like, I guess he thought she was unconscious, but she was thrown in the trunk. So she's like in the trunk. They're driving someplace. Then she's like, she can hear him digging a hole, like the shovel. Like, it's right out of a movie. You know what I mean? Like they'd have the camera in the trunk with you in the movie. She can hear him digging this hole, and he does like a terrible job, obviously, right? Or else we wouldn't be talking about this.
He should have taken off her Apple Watch.
Total amateur. I know. Like he has no, like and these are Asian people. Like he has no idea of technology. He must be older.
Older.
Oh man.
These are the ones that slip through the cracks.
No, he's No, she was 42. Oh yeah. That's not old enough to like not.
He's got an 11-year. I mean, that's a younger woman considerably, right? 11 years younger.
Yeah, but I mean that 53 is not old enough to where you could be like, I didn't realize that an Apple Watch, could be cellular. Like,
yeah, you're right.
Like, like he did it. But imagine and then like on the other side, like imagine like the rage, like the freaking hate this guy has. Because they're going through a divorce.
Oh, wow.
And like I guess he was quoted as saying he didn't want her to have his retirement account.
Can you imagine?
So he was so angry, and he didn't even do a good job. Like he tried to bury her in a shallow grave.
I've
left
heard
her
that you
Apple
can
Watch
hire
on.
somebody for really cheap. Adam always talks about that.
Yeah, that's right.
Hire your local grave digger. It's like,
Yeah,
hey, bro.
Yeah,
exactly.
this is one of those cases where doing it yourself is like if you want something done right, do it yourself. No, sir.
Not in this,
Mhm.
not in this instance.
Not if you can't dig a ditch, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, shallow grave. So she called 911 and she was rescued and yeah.
Wow.
But like, yeah, there's
Oh,
crazy
man.
people everywhere. But
There's-
like that was the part like that like seemed like a horror movie. She's talking about how she could hear. She's still in the
Yeah.
trunk and she could hear him digging like the shh.
That happens in movies.
You
Like
know.
that is a movie.
I know.
Yeah. Wild.
Yeah, Chris, there's another story that also deals with burying. I don't know if you just heard about this one. It just came out yesterday or today. It's a Pennsylvania dad accused of burying his daughter, 6-year-old daughter, as punishment in the backyard in a hole. And I guess it was punishment for allegedly lying. And she's alive, but she was scared, obviously.
The weird thing is, if this is done at the beach, not a big deal. Everybody's laughing, everybody's having a good time. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's all about the setting.
Mom's taking pictures.
Gotcha.
Right.
Yeah.
Back on the farm in Indiana? No,
Mhm.
no.
No.
Frowned
different
upon.
story.
Frowned
Yeah.
upon. Yeah.
But to be devil's advocate, I think by the time this dad took his kid, threw her in the car, drove to the beach, he probably would have calmed down and would have buried her. You know, it was more.
Oh yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah. Good point.
I mean, if you're like some person that lives beachside, then obviously.
Yeah. My thought was like that this happened at the beach, but your idea is like that. No, like the original altercation happened and then it moved to the beach. But either way, it's not a good move.
Yeah.
Take
I mean-
the article down.
Yeah. Sad. Would she survive or what?
Yeah,
Okay.
the girl survived. Yeah, the cops were involved. She was removed from the home and is currently in a safe place.
I thought
In
they
a
put her in a
safe.
safe. I was like, what?
So we went from the
Insult
ground
to
to a
injury.
safe.
Cops
Yeah.
are sadistic.
Ooh.
The cops felt is the best way to like
Yeah. In a safe, exactly.
transition her from one small space to another.
Yeah.
Well, that's terrible. I had another one here. I don't have it up on the screen, but members of the band BTS have got to go back and serve in the military.
Oh yeah.
That's tragic for all of the young girls out there, right?
Yeah, Manny, you like Asian chicks. What do you feel about this?
This doesn't affect me. I have no opinion on it.
No, okay, all right. I thought it was horrific.
I mean, it probably hits closer to home for you because you're Korean as well. So I mean,
It is
For
interesting.
people.
I guess they were trying to like. There's something they were talking about this on Adam Carolla, but I had seen it before. But one of the guys is old, like pushing the limits because they have to have it done
they're
by
all
like 28.
closing on 30.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I guess they've been around for a while.
Yeah.
Yeah, this whole K-pop thing.
It's actually funny. There is a Korean artist that my friend introduced me to back in like 99, 2000. He goes by, I'm probably going to butcher the name. So you fuck it. Seo Teji or
You said it
Seo
just
Teji.
right. It's perfect.
Yeah, or Teji for short. Anyway, he had put out this one album. It was like a version of Korean new metal. It was pretty dope. But my friend was telling me that this cat was like so nutty that the military is like, yeah, he's exempt.
Oh
from
yeah,
serving.
yeah. I guess there are exceptions, and they have made exceptions before.
Uh-huh.
But I guess maybe it's like not, they kind of have some like a reputation maybe, and it's not. I don't know. It seems like they're not going to go for the exceptions.
I mean,
I don't know. I don't know what would happen. Like if you don't do it, they're going to fine you and then you won't be able to fight in the wars. It's like, oh, really?
well, all right. I don't know how their
What a
tax
bummer.
system works over there, but I'm taking the approach that Adam does. Think of how much money they've generated for the companies.
Yeah. I think that's part that there might be part of that exception process. Like if they've got some young genius inventor, they're not going to make him like go do boot camp for 2 years or whatever the requirement
probably
is. So.
they'll probably use whatever he's
Yeah.
working on to implement into their military too. So, in your scenario,
But I don't know. Their latest album wasn't that great, so I don't know.
I didn't figure you for a K-pop connoisseur.
I have
Chris.
no idea. I love this place. I appreciate them because if not for them, there's this local restaurant called K-pop Burger.
What?
Yeah, and
Are
they
you
make like
serious?
delicious hamburgers that are like that also have like Korean flavors, like kimchi, like real, like kind of like really specific, but
Do they have
growing up with a Korean stepmom like that would make all these things like
Yeah.
the food's amazing. So sometimes you got to put up with a little K-pop to get a K-pop burger.
Do they have a
Okay.
bunless option at this burger joint?
Oh yeah, I'm sure. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's called Oh You Pussy. I'm just kidding. No, I'm not kidding because I am kidding because like I do enjoy a burger without the bun.
Chris,
Often.
just a disclaimer, you're part Korean, so
I'm
you
half
can
Korean, yeah.
yeah.
Don't
so you
get
can
us
make
canceled,
that,
Chris. Please.
Yeah,
Jeez
don't cancel
Louise.
him.
I can make I can make all Asian jokes, African American jokes, and Jewish jokes. All I got complete coverage. I'm just
Oh,
Slow
kidding.
yeah.
down there, Kanye.
Mm.
Yeah, I'm just
Easy.
kidding. I'm just kidding.
Yee.
Yeah.
Yay.
Yeah,
God
yeah.
damn it.
Yeah,
We're not going to cut ties with him though.
Okay,
No.
good.
No.
Yeah.
Oh,
You got any more rip from the headlines, Chris?
Oh, I'm sure I do.
let's see it.
Oh, okay. I'm not sharing a screen still, am I?
Yeah,
I'll
you
stop
are.
that.
I don't mind it. I was
Where he moved on.
riveted. Okay.
What about this one?
Yeah, Robbie had some too, I think.
My
Yeah.
bad.
I
take turns.
yeah, I saw this one. Man, this was sad but crazy. But did you hear about the Amazon worker? I guess a delivery person.
That was
That was
fucked up, man.
yeah, found dead in this yard. This yard that I was. I guess he was mauled by two dogs.
Mhm.
And
Wait.
the neighbors. This was in Kansas. I think
Yeah.
Kansas City. I think it was. Yeah, they saw the van for a couple hours, several hours, just in that neighborhood, just there parked. And I guess the neighbors got a little suspicious, or hey, why is it still here? They called the police. They showed up, inspected the area, and found the guy on
That's horrible.
yeah.
Don't you think like I watch those videos and maybe it's just me, but I watch those videos and I'm thinking I think I can win a fight against one or two pit bulls.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
You're
I
capping.
mean,
You don't think so?
you
No
do
cap.
walk with bees, so I mean
Or dead ass.
With or without the bees. I'm not saying they wouldn't intervene, but sometimes they're busy.
Okay,
How many
good to
dog
know.
fights have you ever been involved in, Chris? I'm curious.
How many what?
How many
Dog?
altercations?
No, I'm just wondering like
Dogs'
because it's like
teeth
they're
are
like
so sharp.
people like get defensive. I
Uh-huh.
don't know.
Dogs' teeth are so sharp.
What if you're just like, I'm gonna let you have that limb,
Yeah.
but I don't know, like gouge the eyes out.
Here's
Be like, here, eat my hand, but I'm gonna stick my hand down your throat. Like it's gonna hurt like a motherfucker, but I'm gonna stick my hand down your throat.
Yeah.
here's
Okay.
a here's a
You have
question
a
I
plan.
have.
I'm glad you have thought it out.
I have
Well, I mean,
have
it
a
could
question
happen. It could happen.
For just recently, but it happens every few months or a couple times a year. I hear that a pit bull will maul a child, right? And then like maybe a month ago, I saw it online, and for some reason, I saw I think more. I don't know if it's a thing, more like conservatives coming out against families owning pit bulls. And in my mind, I'd like to know. I'm genuinely interested in knowing, why is there a correlation? Because I keep on hearing people make fun of how some people say, well, it's not the dog, it's the training, or it's the owner or whatever.
Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah, that's a tough one, really.
Yeah.
My brother-in-law has a pit bull.
Okay.
Or I think he still does. But he usually does have a pit bull. But
Mm,
like for a long term, like not a
yeah.
bunch of them, but he's had like two, over the
Yeah. And I'm curious. Like I really am curious. Should you own a pit bull if you have a family, if you have kids?
They're really good
know.
dogs, and they love children. They are
Yeah.
really good dogs. They're loyal.
I think he had a
really good
Rottweiler
dogs.
too, and the Rottweiler who bit a guest,
Yeah.
who bit
That's
like a
gotta be
cousin
how
that was
they're
staying
raised, though,
over or
right?
something.
I would
I don't
think so.
know, partially, but I mean,
Because Rottweilers are
there's
really, you have to really know how to raise a Rottweiler. They need like a strong, my big black dog's half Rottweiler, and you really have to, train them to listen.
I think you can train him and like make it so that it'll probably never happen. But I do think like certain dog breeds have a switch, that
Yeah.
flips, like, and like
Dalmatians
when
and
the
Chihuahuas are supposedly the number one biters, right?
or like chows
Fucking
or
hate
something like that,
Chihuahuas,
like
bro.
chows or whatever they are. Like they bite a lot of kids.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But just
Okay.
don't hold on tight. Like
Right.
Yeah.
don't go for the death roll.
Right.
They just bite kids. That's all. Like bite
If
and
there's
let go.
anyone that listens that it knows about animals and these type of canines, what I'd like to know also, what can keep us from, why can't I own like a fox? So what's wrong with that? Or a wolf?
I mean, you can domesticate them. Like if you
Yeah.
found a baby fox, I think it might
Probably
be
because a
illegal, though, in
dog
certain
is so much
states.
easier.
Yeah,
You
than
know
a
what I mean?
wild
Like-
animal. The dog is like breeded out.
Like
the
you could have
wild
a
little
fox,
bit.
that'd be pretty cool, but a lot of
Right.
trouble. You know
There's
what I
a
mean?
guy
A
on TikTok that has
lot of
one.
trouble. Or you could just get a cat. Like,
Yeah.
I think we've said like all humanity settled on like this dog and cat. Like
Yes.
these two animals, like if like they got us covered as far as pets.
Listen,
Yeah.
I don't know.
I want a pair of goats.
Yeah,
Goats.
Mm-hmm.
that's good animals.
Yeah.
Mhm.
They're fun.
Investing in the puma.
There's a guy out here. Did I tell you guys this already? He takes goats to like open fields. His business, he's the goat man. And has this old beater truck and these two wild dogs that are like cattle dogs that just bark, bark, bark. But if there's open fields that are overgrown, he brings his goats, drops them off for a couple days. They eat the land, and then he takes them back to the next place.
I think you did mention that.
It's wild. I'm sorry.
Mhm.
It's my favorite thing. I love it.
No, I love that kind of stuff. You guys ever watch this show called Homestead Rescue?
No.
Quana, ever heard of it?
No. Mm-mm.
Okay.
I watched a wilderness one where they
As
dropped
long as it's not,
in the wilderness. Is that homesteading? Oh no, homesteading is.
as long as it's not like Black Phillip from The Witch, the movie, the goat. Yeah.
From Black Adam. The devil.
I don't know. Yeah. No, actually, Quana. Yes. I think the goat in the movie The Witch, it might be the devil. Manny has seen it. I don't know about Chris.
I don't think so.
Yeah. It's spoiler. There's a goat in the movie, and it's a
I would just like to have a pair of goats. That's all. I'm not sure. I got to look into the HOA here, see if that's
Black
allowed.
goat.
I'm guessing it's probably not allowed.
It's a billy goat.
A billy goat
Okay.
A
Yeah, it's a
Hellman
billy
goat.
goat. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, exactly.
versus a regular goat.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Good
So
with the
I don't
name.
know. Yeah. Black Phillip, right? I don't know if we have any other we've got the Buried Alive. That's one good ad for the Apple Watches.
Well, I live in a town where Buried Alive, Dorothea Puente, that's a special on
Oh,
Netflix.
that's right.
Right? She buried a bunch
Yeah.
of people in her backyard.
You had one, Rob, where in Indonesia, grandma, we've all heard the song Grandma Got Run Over by a Reindeer. Right.
Yes. Yeah.
Grandma got eaten by a python.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's right.
Yeah.
Ew, that's wicked.
The picture
Yeah.
was horrible.
I didn't see. Yeah, like I click on these things, but like I don't really try that hard to see it. So when
Oh,
I
that's
scrolled
right.
down and there was a picture, they'd clearly cut open
Yeah.
the snake and found grandma, but it was blurred out, and I was like, I'm fine with it just being blurred out. Like,
Yeah.
okay, I
You
got
didn't
it.
dig deeper.
Yeah.
No, I wasn't like I got to find an unblurred version of this now. Like I got to
Yeah.
dig. I got to go to like the Filipino website.
The Filipino Daily Mail.
Yeah, I got to find like
The
like
dark web.
I got to go somewhere. I got to go to like a news organization in the country where they have low standards.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
You're not.
No, I didn't feel that way. I was like, okay, that's a big ass snake. or
Yeah.
very small grandma.
But snakes eat kind of slow, so it's weird. Like how, like, was she asleep? Because it takes
Hopefully
a
she got
snake a
choked out.
minute to
Yeah, hopefully she got choked out first.
Yeah,
Okay,
and
that
then-
makes sense.
Yeah.
That's yeah.
Which I gotta say, like, not like that's a big improvement.
no.
That's
Probably
gotta be one
worse.
of the worst ways to go, getting choked out by a python or a snake, any kind of
Yeah.
What
Well,
about people that,
I
like,
put my hand down the snake's throat.
of
Here we
course,
go.
you'd fight it off.
Yeah, that's
Poke it in the
Okay,
eyes.
here's what I want to see. Here's the fight that I want to see: Chris versus a pit bull and a python.
And a python.
well, that's why I got two hands, two throats.
This- Juana, so
that's not a fair fight.
I'm reading a headline: USA Today, missing grandmother eaten alive by a 22-foot long python in Indonesia. So it says here,
Maybe grandma
went
was
missing.
big. Maybe she was a big woman.
Well,
how do we know if she went missing? How do you know that she was eaten alive? What if she already,
Because they saw the python with the grandma shape inside of
Oh, this is like the journalism with a lowercase j. Like
Oh, okay.
maybe she wasn't eaten alive technically.
yeah,
She was eaten whole. Like like
Yeah.
maybe the journalist was like in his mind or her mind wanted to think like, yeah, she was alive. Like,
it. What if when they cut her out, they could revive her? Is that what maybe she had a story, a harrowing tale?
would you try?
I know,
Just
right?
be
But
like,
no, after
I mean,
says,
giving mouth to mouth to a stranger is one thing, but giving mouth to mouth to a stranger that's got like fucking snake stomach bile all over their face, like,
oh, and let's not
Yeah.
forget like how bad it must
you're
smell.
like, where's the rookie?
Oh my
Where's the
goodness.
rookie paramedic?
Yeah, right. Hey, Proby, get over here.
That's right.
yeah,
Proby. Oh, that's funny.
That is so funny. Oh
okay,
my
Steve, there you go.
goodness.
The article says no one witnessed the woman being eaten. So how do you know? You don't
This is the
know.
game
They
of
just-
telephone.
Maybe there was a scratch by the snake's mouth where she was clearly trying to stick her hand down the snake's throat.
Down his throat.
yeah,
That's the evidence that she was still alive, like a scratch mark.
yeah.
Or maybe she went in like with the
Oh,
fist.
no, I know
first.
why. Because she left a message with her Apple Watch
I'm
that
inside
she
of
was
you.
clearly
Okay.
saying in Indonesian language. She was clearly saying, at the current moment, my family, I'm being eaten alive by a snake, by a python.
Mhm.
They could. Maybe there's a voicemail.
We'll never
No,
know.
no one picked up. No one picked up.
Well, look, since she died,
So-
we know that the grandma was a snake attack victim and not a snake attack survivor,
Damn.
because
Let's make
That
that,
is a
distinction.
Yeah. At least it wasn't a pet. Like at least she wasn't. Well, maybe she was pretending it was her pet. You never know.
Oh my
Yeah.
goodness.
Here's something else.
Here we
Tell
go.
me.
Hit us.
Everybody's seen this. That scientists at Harvard created a new strain of COVID that has an 80% kill rate in mice.
oh yeah,
Yeah, what's up with that bullshit? Let's stop that, please.
Yeah, I feel like none of the people are like,
Who's
Like,
funding this?
we protest a lot of stuff. Yeah, it's a good question.
Bill Gates
Yeah.
probably.
Yeah,
Heartless
probably.
ghouls.
That's what I heard.
Farmer,
Hey.
Bill Gates.
That should be our that should be the model for 2023. Fuck ghouls. There you go.
Like, what do you like? What
Ghouls?
like? Who
Yeah.
asked you to do this? You know, like who asked you to do this? Harvard. Like,
It's wild.
yeah,
Thank God Manny's got the Perrier.
Yeah,
yeah.
take a hit after hearing some headlines like that. Shit.
I know. Wow.
That's going to be the end of us. Is like, there's going to be, one of these crazy cures that we have. Like they're going to cure cancer by creating a virus, like a custom virus that attacks the cancer, but it's going to turn us all into zombies, like
Resident Evil, man.
I Am Legend, or Resident Evil, or every other movie show.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Black Adam.
Oh, Black Adam was that
That's a
too.
little different. No.
Bill was talking to me about it last
Um,
night after we saw the movie, and I was like, "Oh, I wasn't following the plot. Like, I was just there. I'm sorry." Like, he was trying to talk to me about it. And I was like, "No."
I was
They lost
physically
me.
there, but my spirit was
Yeah.
elsewhere.
I was too focused on the Rock's feet. Like, he kept doing them like Jesus. Like, when he would go up, it was like
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
it was so.
Oh, that's what you
weird.
meant. And
Weird.
you're okay.
Yeah, I was like,
But
you
that was
couldn't
just-
pull it off. You're not Jesus. Come on.
I get the
Weird.
feeling that's just a movie that, a few people were like, this needs to be made. we'll get The Rock and we'll get this and that. And like this movie has to be made.
Mhm.
Has to be. Yeah.
And it kind of doesn't matter if it's great. It doesn't have to be great,
Yeah.
It can be passable. It's still going to make a lot of money.
True.
Podcasters
prefer
are going to
White
go
Adam.
like record-setting podcasters are going to go see it by themselves.
Yeah, we are.
I don't think he said.
Yeah,
I don't
I was
think.
talking about Adam.
I didn't
I don't
hear
think he
that.
said he went to go see it by himself.
Yeah, I know. I
I think
figured he
Brian
saw
was
his
like
girlfriend.
stunned, like why he went in general, and then they just kind of dropped it or they cut
Yeah,
whatever
someone-
he said.
Yeah.
I like that reaction, honestly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was funny to think of him by himself in there for a minute.
Yeah. But also, if Adam likes, well, we do know he doesn't like the whole comic book stuff, right?
Right.
Because I was gonna say, if he likes the whole Fast and Furious, why would he not like a superhero movie? But we already know he doesn't like all the nerdy, Star Wars.
It does feel a little bit nerdy for some reason, like the cartoon stuff.
Adam just like I think there's a little part of him that, like, other things that cause people joy, like childhood joy, like he's just has something against,
Doesn't-
it's
Doesn't
like,
resonate with him.
yeah, it's like no, I was like having a great life when Star Wars came out. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Things are going great. These are like special occasions I have great memories around. So
Yeah.
yeah. I remember my mom took me to see it twice.
Yeah.
Wow.
It took me and my best friend to see it. So it's like I have
Aw.
good memories about these things. So it's like, yeah, I can understand like someone else is like, yeah. Had to sell Coke cans to like get money to buy a movie ticket.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or get
Anyway.
smuggled in the trunk of your cousin's car through the drive-through or the drive-in. They used to put us all in the trunk, all the little ones.
That's the way to do it.
I have a vague memory. Like I think I tell a story to my mom, like that she put us in the trunk for like a drive-in movie theater. But
Oh yeah, it was
I
very.
don't
common.
think that's true.
Okay, well, it wasn't.
I also like to tell her that I know, like I'll say it in front of everybody, like I know that you never had us in car seats, and she'll be like, "What? You're." She'll just she'll just be exasperated. Like she'll be like, because she can't prove that she did.
Right.
I'm like, no. I was like, no, I never once sat in a car seat.
They didn't even have.
Like,
I rode on the bump.
She's like, you had car seats. She's like, everybody here, take notice. Like,
that's funny.
Yeah.
My dad used to ride me on the front of his.
No, you used to let us sit on the floor.
Exactly.
We would sit on the floor of the back seat.
Yeah.
Fauna, do you remember? I might have. I feel like you saw this video when I went to Guatemala a few years back. I was with my cousin, and my cousin was driving. His wife was up front, and they had their, I don't know, 2-year-old up front with his wife sitting on her lap, and then he's driving, and the kid's just sticking his head out the window, just looking at the the street and stuff. But the kid's just sticking his head out the window as we're driving. And I posted a story on my on my account, and I got a few messages about, hey, what's your cousin doing? What's the kid doing sticking his head out? I'm like, that's how it is here in Guatemala. Yeah. I mean, they weren't going that fast, but fast enough to cause some damage if something, well, that's hereditary stuff. I don't know.
Yeah. It didn't
if
really
you haven't seen Hereditary,
like
going back to scary movies, check it out.
All right.
I got traumatized for a couple of days. Speaking
we
of
rode in the
hands.
back of pickup trucks, like on the freeway we drove one time like 3 hours in the back of a pickup truck on the freeway. Like,
sounds like the 70s.
Listen.
No, seriously,
80s,
like
but
70s, like maybe early 80s. Yeah, like
early 80s.
You ride in the back of a pickup truck and like,
heck yeah.
No one's gonna
all of us. There was like 6 of us back there with the coolers and
like
kegs and the
technically like people. I think we were aware that like you weren't allowed to and you could get in trouble, but like no one was gonna like.
There wasn't a law.
Like you weren't gonna get in trouble, and like people like for sure, like there was gonna be no societal judgment.
No,
like none whatsoever.
No, it was like yelling, like woo, when you would go past people, you were in the back of a truck.
Yeah.
I mean, if you think about the old station wagons, they had the rear facing seat. So if you got rear ended, like your kids literally saw the car crash into the back of it. Like
Oof.
No
I
seatbelts in
love.
those
We had one of
either.
those station wagons for a brief period of time. One of those like wood panel
Yeah.
wagons with the.
Wagoneer.
This one I think we had like in the very back section of this giant. It had the seats that faced each other. You know what I
that
mean?
Too. Mhm.
Yeah. Like that flipped up and you face each other in the very, very back.
Yeah.
It was like a weird period in the 80s where like giant station wagons were, I know it's like Vacation, the movie, but like that was a big deal.
It was.
It was a big deal.
It really
The
was.
minivan came along.
Sure did.
And then the internet came along and people realized like, oh, kids could just fly out of those pickup trucks if they have an accident. Like,
Yeah.
we should
My
probably
dad
not.
literally
We should
used to
probably
put me on
stop
the
doing
front of his
that.
Harley. Like I would ride on
Like,
the gas tank.
yeah. Then people became aware that like that could end
Yeah.
badly.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
It was
I
fun.
knocked
No
that off.
helmets.
Yeah. Yeah. I remember that, like riding on the back of a motorcycle as a kid with no helmet.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Like that seemed like everybody, like kids were lining up to do that
Yeah.
with
Heck
like plenty of grown-ups, like,
Yeah.
wait your turn.
Yeah.
Wait your turn. Let's, everybody take their turn riding on the motorcycle with this, whoever this guy's got like a bunch of Pabst Blue Ribbons in him,
Yep. Yep. For sure.
I don't
We
know.
had a Camaro with the hump in the back. They would throw me into there wasn't even a seat. It was just like a carpeted
yeah.
hump in the back.
Like a place for a jacket, maybe like a puffy winter jacket.
Stuff her
Maybe
in there.
back there.
It's
Yeah.
fine. Yeah.
Yeah.
Totally.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
I got one more that's really crazy.
Here we
Right.
go.
And this happened in Texas.
Of course.
And there's a picture. I'll share my screen for just a minute. But like,
Please, I like it.
and the pictures were haunting.
Oh
To
boy.
say the least.
What?
To say
I
the
was-
least.
Oh, you saw the pictures? Okay.
But
I think I shared it with you guys earlier.
So I figure it's going to be gruesome.
Well, they're no, not gruesome, like haunting. This is the Ring doorbell cam footage of like these twin kids that were held captive in like the laundry room.
Yeah.
This is like this is like a neighborhood, this is like,
unsettling.
yeah, supposedly this is a neighborhood with like $700,000 houses, which is like in Texas. That's nice.
Wow.
But they were being held in like a brand new home. Like the mom and boyfriend had she had other kids there, but they escaped. They escaped
Talk
from
about
the
the
laundry
scary
room,
werewolf that's behind
and they
them.
showed up. Oh,
What about? I mean,
oh, that is creepy because
what
it's
a
Halloween.
Porsche
But
to
yeah,
end up to.
they ran
Those
to the
poor-
neighbor and they were like ringing on their doorbell, and they were like, "Please help! Will you please help us? Please help us! Please help us!"
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. They
So
begged
the neighbors had
for
to be
help.
thinking like, "Is this some kind of fucked up
Joke,
prank?
right?
Like,
Right.
what is this? Like,
Yeah.
yeah, but yeah, that was real. They were being held captive. Yeah, like they were like
Wow.
just under like just horrific, like right out of a horror movie circumstances
By their
You're
parents.
no kidding, man. Because these
by
days
their
you don't know.
biological mom and boyfriend.
Wow.
Dude.
Biological mom and boyfriend. This is the crazy stuff. Don't even get me freaking started on moms, that hook up or marry or get together with these other guys. You don't know who you're gonna end up with. It's crazy. Because if it's the biological mom and some random dude that
My gut in that situation, and I didn't, look, is that she's the leader in the crazy rankings. You know what I mean? Like she's the crazy leader in that relationship.
Isn't that weird that that's like not the first time we've heard this kind of story though? Remember all the little skinny kids they dressed them like thing 1, thing 2,
Yeah,
thing
it's happened too many
19.
times.
Yeah.
It's happened too many times, right?
Yeah.
It's wild.
What would you say, Chris? Okay, I'm sure you don't like a lot of
These were 16-year-olds too.
Twins.
you don't like a lot of government, butting their heads into people's lives, right?
Mm-hmm.
Or people, I don't know. What would you say if we were to see something we're not quite sure, but we're like, hey, this mom and this dude, I don't know, something's fishy, and we call the police. We don't have proof, but hey, I swear they have 2 kids. They come out once a month, or I haven't seen the 2 kids, and it's one of those things where we call the authorities. I don't know. It's weird. Like if we see something weird, but what if we think a lot of people are weird out there? It's
well, nowadays, like, I have neighbors. We live on a, street.
Hope they were in Baton Rouge.
Houses, like, I don't know, like you don't really interact with your neighbors as much to know their patterns as well.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's one to where if there are weird things, like you wouldn't know. Like I'm sure these things are happening right under people's noses because they're like this, like people would swear like there's no way there's any children handcuffed to a washing machine in our neighborhood. Like
Right.
this is a gated community for Christ's sake. Like there's no way this is happening with no, it's on your street.
Yeah.
So like people can't even imagine it's happening. I don't know, man.
Her boyfriend
I
was
think
27 years old. I'm thinking like maybe she's like that other mom that wanted to get rid of her kids so she could go join a cult.
That happens.
Maybe.
Yeah, I feel like a 27-year-old dude is still pretty dumb.
Yeah.
And not, maybe at the height of his powers over like a 16-year-old woman, a girl.
Yeah.
Sorry. Like, but like not over like a mom of 5 or whatever. Like,
Yeah.
That's why I'm kind of saying like they're both horrible. If I had to like rank them, I would give her the gold medal and say she's the leader. And in the crazy clubhouse, she's the leader. Because
I need to see her. She better be one of those hot
flesh and blood.
She better be one of those hot moms. And then the boyfriend is super trying to impress her.
Gotcha.
I don't think so.
Holding her kids captive or coming up with this crazy ass.
Wow. You don't really wait. Is that the mom?
Mm-hmm.
See, this didn't feel like Black people stuff to me. This felt like
didn't.
white people.
Yeah.
This felt like white people. I am.
Yeah, I don't think the caller. I don't think like race or anything is. And there's plenty of like crazy moms that drown their kids and shit like that.
True.
So
Maybe it's the picture where they look.
Yeah, because of the color,
white.
they look white.
Yeah, I don't think this is like. There's plenty of cases where this happens in every community, whether it's like,
bad moms, fall.
Asian, Native American, Hispanic. Like, there's like crazy women.
Yeah.
Again, that's why I'm like, this woman, like, she's crazy. Yeah.
She was smiling in her mugshot. Did I misinterpret that?
Was she?
The photo that they scroll back down.
Sometimes when you pull
You
out
don't
a
get
camera,
27-year-old dudes,
do.
by frowning. Like 27-year-old dudes aren't gonna be like, I'm not gonna hook up with this 50-year-old lady with 5 kids if she's frowning.
Yeah.
Scroll down, Chris.
You gotta be happy.
Because I want to make sure it's not me just tripping over here.
That oh boy, yeah. And she's got braces, it looks like, right?
Or maybe not really a smile. She's just like, I fucked up. Yeah,
maybe her braces are making her have to hold her mouth like that.
Maybe it could be that Invisalign.
I mean, but it is a mugshot, right? Yeah, right.
It's like a brand new house. Yeah, crazy. Oh, it was like $4,200 a month, something like that. Was rent or something.
Yeah,
but she did all kinds of like crazy things. Made the kids do crazy things. I think as far as like the skin color, like you could like.
All right, Chris, I said it. I'm not gonna. I stick by it. That seemed like white. That seemed like some white people stuff.
Chris doesn't see color.
No, I think it could too. I mean, I'm sure it probably happens more, like in the backwoods of Louisiana or something like that.
Right. Well, that's where they're at. They're in Louisiana. So
was it?
Yeah, Baton Rouge.
But I mean, speaking of which, you don't know. There's, I'm
horrific,
sure it sounds sad, but there's so many, I'm sure, families so many kids that are going through this right now. Right.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I just love the image, like the black and white image, night vision image of those 2 kids like begging for help at like.
It's unsettling.
Horrific.
Yeah. Crazy.
Oh yeah.
If you opened your door to that, like if they were at your door in the middle of the night, first of all, it's scary to have someone come to your door.
Well, the beauty of the Ring doorbells, you could just be like, "Oh, I'm sorry, we're not home."
Yeah.
Even though they're like, flying.
They're like, "We can hear you. We can hear you. You're on the other side of the door."
Yeah.
Like there's a delay. There's a 3-second delay. No, I'm just kidding.
That's
not what that's not what happened.
Yeah.
I'm just saying you could do that if you had a ring.
Of course, yeah.
Like, not home. Ignore.
Ding dong.
Yeah, that's probably what happened to Nancy Pelosi's husband this week.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I'd like to see their Ring doorbell footage.
Yeah, exactly.
Well,
I think they already solved the case.
You're telling me that. I mean,
Or you continue.
I mean, I don't. You're telling me this guy was just, this guy's a freaking millionaire. We all know, like he's a very skilled trader on the stock market.
Absolutely.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Very skilled at reading markets and trends.
So skilled.
On his own,
Astute.
just with
Yes.
public,
Very
just by
astute.
reading the newspaper and stuff. He's probably got some paid subscriptions, things like that. But
Of course.
that, this guy doesn't have any kind of weapon, no way to defend himself. You fucking kidding me? Like, you don't have double locks or like a gun in the nightstand.
Well, I mean, we are Californians. Not everybody has a gun in their nightstand, Chris.
I'm just saying, like, I don't have a lot to take, but you're gonna have a hard time taking it from me.
Fist down the throat.
Like, yeah. But like, this dude's got a lot, and he's just like walking around with a hammer. Really? You're walking downstairs to the sliding glass with a hammer in your hand? Like, get out of my house? Like, what are you doing? I'm gonna call the police. Like, are you kidding me?
I love that they both had their underwear on too. That's pretty awesome.
That can't
Only
be
in
true.
California.
That can't be true. I'm just saying, like,
It'll always be true to me.
I will believe the worst about the Pelosi's, but
Those headlines work both ways. I take.
I'm
the
being
first one
very
and that's it.
skeptic. I'm being very skeptical right now. Like no way it can be. Yeah, but anyway, it's something
They
just
were
sounds
fighting over
very
a
like.
hammer in their underwear. That's
I'm
the story
sorry.
I heard.
Like, someone's like banging on my it's like downstairs. Like, where's Dan? Like, I'm gonna grab a hammer. Come on, this dude's like millionaire. Multi-millionaire. Like,
Yeah.
come on, no. Something's not right.
It was probably his young masseuse.
Or maybe they just don't believe in guns, and it's like, well, maybe you should.
Maybe now they will.
You wouldn't be having brain surgery right now, or something. Whatever they're saying he's having.
Right. Yeah.
Yep.
Anyway, Robbie, why'd you got to bring that up?
Okay, sorry about that. Do we have any other scary stories? Real life.
All that guy's doing. The guy's just trying to. He's just trying to have a good time.
Yeah.
Just trying to live his truth.
He's trying to have a good time with his wife's out of town. Like
what's trying to bury his hammer. Come on.
There's a lot of burying themes going on in today's episode.
Well, it is a spooky season.
Yeah.
Annie.
What I'm also taking away from today's episode is that Chris is a fisting enthusiast. He's really passionate about using his fists to fist his way out of any scenario.
Yeah, he thinks about it a lot. Apparently, fisting.
I watch these now. Like, I watch these pit bull attacks. Like, it's got to be something.
Yeah, fists. I like it. I like the cut of your jib.
I mean, at least I wasn't like, like when I talk to Robbie about these things privately, of course, he's like,
wait, you guys have a break off chat room?
He's like, no, what you want to do is just jam a finger up its ass. I'm like, whoa, man, whoa.
We write fisting fan fiction.
I think I've heard that before, but I don't know. Like, or what if you're just like, no, good doggy, but you really mean it. Like, but you really mean it. You mean
That's
it.
how I feel I'm going to get out of anything.
Like, you mean it so much that the dog's
fight.
like, I'm going to let go of your throat.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like my love for the animal would like stop them from attacking me.
Oh,
Cougars, bears.
This would be the worst way for you to go, because you'd just be so disappointed.
I would be.
You'd die. You'd be screaming, I'm so disappointed. But there'd be a lot of gurgling, because it'd be like, blood.
Gurgling, yeah.
But that's what you'd be like, bad doggy.
Yeah.
So disappointed in you.
I know.
Yeah,
I'm scared of dogs. So
that's horrific. But then every now and then, like, a pit bull will attack someone that was like actually trying to rob someone's home when they weren't home.
Right.
And there's time lapse footage of them getting just worked over, because it's a long day,
Yeah.
Person doesn't get home from work till 5 o'clock to realize their dog's out in the backyard just chewing on someone.
I sent Robbie a video of, remember the cat that attacked the nanny that was hitting the little baby?
Oh, yeah.
The cat was not having it.
Mm-hmm.
Not having any of it. So you can have attack cats too.
Oh yeah. Or what about that cat that there was this little baby that was near the balcony and kind of holding onto the railing, and
Yeah.
the cat kept on kind of waving the baby's hand away.
Yep.
Yeah, instead of a nanny cam and like a teddy bear, like on the mantle above the fireplace, like pet cams. You know what I mean?
There you go. Yeah.
Because also you see like if the nanny's like get the hell out of here, you dumb cat, whatever, like kicks
Yeah.
the cat.
Heck yeah.
It doesn't have to happen like right in front of the the nanny cam thing.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a mobile nanny cam.
Yeah. A good
I'm all out of ideas.
Old classic cat movie, Cat's Eye, Stephen King. Cat's Eye. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Not the best movie out there, but at the end, you see the cat saving Drew Barrymore.
Gosh, that's an old one. Yeah.
Yeah.
I vaguely remember that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Before we wrap, I also want to bring some awareness to the fact that there's also a lot of pitbull on pitbull crime that goes unreported. So we're hoping to bring more awareness to that in future episodes. So
Yeah.
No, Michael
right.
Vick stopped all that. He stopped all the dog fights.
Well,
Nice.
not just like organized dog fights, but I'm just talking about dog fights in general, like in the wild, that just like, when two different dogs cross paths, like,
Oh yeah.
That is my biggest fear when I walk my dogs, because I walk them like on a shared leash and their weight outweighs me. So it's like, what are you going to do if they decide that they're going to go fight a dog that comes out of nowhere?
Yeah, when I was a small child, we had a large Afghan hound, and its name was Laura. It's my wife's name, but spelled different. But yeah, she once saw something and like dragged me down the street.
Christopher,
I wouldn't let go. I wouldn't let go. I remember I had like one of those like down feather vests on. It was all scraped up. I had like feathers coming out of my vest. But I wouldn't let go. But I eventually let go. But like, yeah, she took.
I still have the scars on my
street.
knees. It was like a Barbie dog. Is that what an Afghan is? It looked like the Barbie dog with the long
an
hair.
Afghan hound. Yeah.
That's what I had,
Like
and it dragged me down the street. Maybe they're known for that. I got the scars to prove it.
That dog was a runner. Every dog I've ever had has been a runner. I don't know.
Maybe it's about you. Maybe you should be a cat guy.
I don't know.
he's a
Maybe it's
bee
about.
guy, remember? He
I
runs
need to
with
get
the
one of
bees.
those
Yeah, that's right, he
shock
runs with the
collars.
bees.
Maybe it's about I need to get a shock collar. Maybe that's what it's about.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Could be about me.
could be. That's why the bees are so drawn to you.
Yeah.
Have you seen those indoor hives that you can like put I know you've seen an indoor hive, but like you can put, it's like a picture frame, so it's glass, and then the bees are
Mhm.
working within the glass.
Yeah.
Make your own honey.
I don't really like to exploit them like that,
Okay. Yeah, smart.
You're more about exploding ants. I got you.
Yeah. I'm not really about exploiting bees. It's not cool. Anyway, it's okay. It's okay though. I understand where you're coming from. I'm not hurt. We're not hurt.
Nope.
We understand.
We like this environmentally friendly side of you, Chris. We like
Yeah,
when
it's
it
good.
comes out
Yeah.
and shines.
Nice.
Shows your range.
Well, I'm just trying to get them to attack people for me. That's all.
One day, just keep whispering.
On a happier horror note, I just read that I thought I'm sorry and I apologize to her. I thought she was dead, but Shelley Duvall, she's gonna be in a new horror movie called The Forest Hills. I'm glad she's working because she did some good stuff back when she was younger.
Cheers.
The Shining. Yeah.
Was she in The Shining?
She's the one with the weird eyes, right? The big-
Yeah.
Oh, I'm
kinda
thinking of
kooky
someone
eyes.
different.
You're
thinking of
Shelley Long. You're thinking of Shelley Long.
Okay, who are you thinking about?
From The Shining.
The Shining, Olive Oil.
Talia Shire.
What's her name? No, I don't think
No,
it's
this is
Talia
Shelley
Shire.
Duvall.
Shelley
Remember-
Duvall. Oh, okay,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah. I know she went
All
through
right.
some tough times, and I'm. We'll see if the movie's any good.
You'll
But
see.
speaking of horror, this is where
Yeah.
Report
You will
back
see
to
and let
us.
us know.
Yeah.
will-
Get back
I will
to
let
us
you
on
know.
that, would you?
You're our movie
Yeah.
guy anyway.
Yeah, exactly. So
All right.
yeah.
Well, appreciate everybody hanging out. Thanks for listening and all that stuff. Did we get through everything?
I believe we did.
Okay. Yeah. Manny said to start wrapping up, folks.
And shout out to all the ASOs in San Diego. Sorry I couldn't make it out. Maybe we'll hang out during Friendsgiving if that happens, if the world doesn't blow up.
Yes, we
Oh,
need
that'd
a
be cool.
Friendsgiving.
Oh, that's nice. Yeah.
Hmm.
It's good to see you guys all getting together.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. We think of you, Chris.
Oh, miss you guys. Yeah.
I mean, it's time. We're almost coming up on 2 hours. So
Yeah.
All right. All right, buddy. Well, again, thank you very much. We appreciate everybody hanging in there. Thanks for everybody that joined the pre-show happy hour.
hell
We
yeah.
really appreciate that. Good to see everybody and talk to y'all for a few
Mindy.
minutes beforehand. Of course. Of
Morgan.
course.
Nanu, nanu.
Nanu. Okay.
Yep. Mork/Mindy is there.
Yeah, I think you know how on okay, go ahead. Never mind. Say goodbye. We're good.
Okay. Goodbye, everybody. This is Chris saying, get it on.
This is Rob. Get it on.
This is Quana. Get it on.
Get it on, everybody.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I gotta take a
Yeah,
break real
Mindy.
quick.
Mindy's she loves to dress up. Right on
She's
to
so
her.
cute.
Yeah, she's
That was
awesome.
awesome.
Yeah.
She went to a party before, to be
Good,
honest.
good.
I mean, she didn't just do it for us, but still,
Yeah,
that
yeah, for
costume
sure.
was so cute.
Oh, she looked great. Yeah.
What a great idea, too.
I'm loving that.
Morgan,
Yeah, I was
Mindy.
loving that costume. Yeah.
I got to step out for a minute, guys. We're
I
still
gotta
recording, it looks like.
I got to step out for a week. So
Oh, you're not going to be here next week? Oh, no,
No,
you're
no.
out.
I'll be
Out.
I'll be here. I'll be here
All
next
right.
week.
Bye, Robbie.
Yeah. See you guys. Have a good
Good
night.
night.
I gotta check in with the,
Yeah. Baby
you know.
mama. Baby mama
Yeah.
drama.
Yeah, exactly. I know.
I
We
love
send our
it.
regards to her.
Rubber belly Furby.
I will. All right, guys.
Bye, guys.
Take care, bye.
See ya.
We're still recording.
Well, we're still streaming. That's fine. Let's just chill, wind down.
I was thinking that it would be like we should have people put, like, if you listen to the water cooler, they answer the questions online. Like, it would be fun to like mention people, make them feel special. I know that that's, I've had them read my comments sometimes on the water cooler, and it's kind of cool.
Oh, Rob usually is the one on top of that.
Okay.
And then the chat has to be a bit more active. It has to be more
Right.
lit.
Right. But I was thinking if we were to like do it in the group, like talk to people during the week, get some comments, if you will.
Okay,
know
it's
what I
funny.
mean.
It's funny that you say that because I just opened up the tab right now, the YouTube, and I got this. We got a spam comment. It
What's it
says,
say?
"Like hot photo, my sister," and it's from some bot named past36.fun.
You better text her right now, Manny.
Oh, where is it? Right?
Hold on. I'll be right back.
Yeah. This is so weird. I can't like your hot photo, sister. Like, there's no link. I don't know who you are. I don't know if you're trying to come over here and fish me for my information. I'm not liking anything that I don't know who the fuck that person is, man. Fuck out of here. Let's just fuck with these lights for now. Since we're done recording, I'm just gonna chill in this red and blue room. How many people are still watching? 5. Shout out to Monkey's uncle, Mindy, Chris. Pre-recorded. Who the fuck? Nah, man, no polycule madness going on in here. It's weird. That's the second time I hear or I come across that polycule fucking term. Weirdos. Sorry, but polyamory is not my jam. I'm all about quality over quantity. Otherwise, you just lose. Am I really just here babbling on into the camera while everyone else does their thing? Probably goes take a pee break or whatever. Yep, I'm doing that. Oh, and here's the other thing. Since people are still watching, The other show that I did watch, Unsolved Mysteries, the new episodes, I checked those out
Okay.
because the story about the wife being buried alive reminded me of one of the stories on Unsolved Mysteries. It was so fucked up, man.
Wow.
So yeah, if anybody wants to watch those.
Sweet, sweet. Do we still have people watching, streaming?
Yeah, there's still some viewers.
Nice.
Yeah, I was over here just babbling like an idiot about the bot that wants me to like their hot photos or whatever.
You should do it. Like them.
No, I don't. There's no link. There's nothing.
Oh, okay.
I'm not about to go digging through their profile or whatever. Anyway, I'm just here fucking with the lights now. You got any weekend plans, Guana? What's going on?
My sister-in-law asked me to go hiking, and I had so many questions today, and I just don't think it's for me. I was like, what's like the average distance? And she's like, oh, 4 to 8. I'm like, okay, you lost me at 4. And I asked her about miles. I'm like, that's a lot of miles.
That's not a hike. That's a commitment. Fuck that, dude.
Yeah, that's what I thought too. And like bugs, like ticks and things, and mountain lions. I asked her, like, she said she's never seen one, but that doesn't mean that, I'm good. I'm good. My head's quiet. I'm just going to stay home and chill.
She's just going to bring you as mountain lion bait.
Right? Like, I got a bad knee. Like, what?
Yeah,
if I
she's
tripped?
like, I could run faster than you.
Sizing me up. And my brother's a whiner. So, we're still recording. But yeah, I don't want to. I'm a whiner too. I feel like I would make it miserable for them. I'd be like complaining and, oh, my feet. Who's going to carry me? My back hurts. So
you should just be like, look, I'll go hiking with you, but like 10 minutes tops. I'll walk 5 minutes one direction and 5 minutes the way back.
The Reiki lady did say I needed to touch the ground, but
I like hiking. I like hiking to get somewhere, like go fish somewhere remote,
right,
and then hike back out.
Right.
But not hiking necessarily for hiking's sake, unless you're looking at something like really cool landscape, like really. Yeah.
Yeah. Brian does that beer hike where he has the cold beer. You be nice girl.
Talking to your pets off camera.
That little kitten is so bad.
Oh, what happened to Robbie? Did you have to go?
Yeah.
Are we still live? Should I not be live anymore?
Right.
You can stop recording the audio. We can still go live to YouTube. I don't know, it's up to you.
Stop recording, but keep live stream up.
Or we could just chill here. I don't know, it's up to you, man.
I can stop recording on.
Thank God. Did you see that? I yanked out my own earbud.
But YouTube is still recording because we're live still.
Well, there you go.
I don't know if anybody's still there. So.
No, we still got some people checking in on us.
Is it me?
Thank you to the YouTube crowd. No, there's like 5 people. I don't know.
Goodness gracious. Christopher, can you see who they are?
No, we can't.
Oh, my word. Could be anybody.
Not really. Monkey's uncle was trying to help me with the Arnold Schwarzenegger movie, Running Man, Total Recall. No, I forget what I was even talking about.
Oh, the movie where he was like driving off in some weird ass looking car. I can't remember which.
Total Recall is what it was. Yeah, I was just picturing the scene where they're on Mars, I guess, and they're just in like boxy electric cars.
Oh yeah, they kind of look like some fucked up off-brand DeLorean or whatever.
Yeah, like we are not ready for that. We need it to look like the car needs to look cool.
It's funny too because it reminded me of the first time that Geo put out their EV1s, the electric vehicles in the early mid 90s or whatever, and they look goofy as shit as well.
Yeah.
I don't know if you remember those cars.
Vaguely. But just like they're like, this is so ahead of its time. We need to make the design really ahead of its time. Like, well, everybody that's here that has money to buy a car is of this time though. Like,
yeah, exactly.
We don't want something ahead of our time.
Those Teslas are really nice on the inside too. We took one to the airport. Like I got an Uber, and I mean, we have a back street that goes to the airport because I live kind of out, but he opened that thing up. It was wild how fast it accelerated. I mean, I have a Hemi truck, and it's like a totally different type of acceleration. It was crazy. You could feel it. It's cool.
I just have zero interest in an electric car. Like I've never
Yeah.
been in a Tesla before. And I never really just zero interest in it at
Me
all.
just in the Uber. I mean, I didn't have a choice. It just came, but it was still an
Yeah.
interesting car to be in.
I get it. I get it though. Like I think
I don't understand it because it's still burning fuel,
like so for me, like I don't care about my carbon footprint.
Good.
I want it to be huge. I want my
Perfect.
great grandchildren to like trip in it
Perfect.
and fall down like like sprain an ankle or something in my carbon footprint.
It sounds
Yeah.
like you have Genghis Khan level of
Lack
carbon
of
footprint.
fucks given.
Yeah. So like I don't really care about that. It's more about like, is this good for my lifestyle? Like the price, like convenience.
Right.
Like if I live in a city and my average drive is 4 miles, but it's traffic, so it might take a while. So I want like comfort and like like nice features inside and all that kind of stuff, connectivity.
Well, the car can
But
drive
like-
itself, so you
but
think
like,
that
you know,
there's that option.
that too, I
feature.
guess. I guess whatever that can do some stuff like that.
Yeah.
Wouldn't like the whole like environmental impact would be way
At
down
the low.
my list of like why I'm doing this. And I'm
There's a
sure that's the
person-
truth for most people that have Teslas. It's like, no, you did this because you were going to get like a huge tax credit. Like,
Yeah. Our neighborhood is filled with them. It's wild how many they are. When you think of the house fires and how close the houses are
Mhm.
nowadays, it's kind of wild to think how many are out here.
And the stats show that it's no one's primary car. Everybody's got like a gas guzzler and a Tesla. Like that's their secondary vehicle. Maybe not everywhere, but overall, it's
I'm trying to think of-
overwhelming. Like 9 out of 10.
Yeah.
9 out of 10 EV owners, like that's their
There's a
second
house
car.
down this. There's 2 houses on my exact street that have, one has 3 in the 2 in the driveway and one that's always in the street, and then one has 2, but then they have another big car, like a SUV.
Mhm. Yeah, it's like the loan car for that young struggling Twitter employee that makes 6 figures.
Right.
It's like a loan car for them, but it's not a loan car for anyone else. Like this is literally like these are cars that are sold to people that can afford multiple cars, like can afford like an accessory car.
There's a neighborhood. There's a neighbor on the next street over that I walk past every morning. They have 2 Panoramas. They have a Range Rover and a Porsche Cheyenne. Like they have hundreds of thousands of dollars of cars. These aren't like $700,000 houses.
Yeah, I was sending you like
just wild.
I was
Like what are
sending you
they
like
doing?
these. I have a neighbor like 2 doors, like literally 2
that's
doors
right.
over, and he's got like a fucking McLaren, and like they always
Yeah.
have like supercars. He has parties and like all McLarens and like Mercedes you've never seen before.
Right.
Like I'm just like,
Yes.
okay.
Well, he might be a car dealer. Or the store that my husband's
I
at
don't
right
know.
now,
I
they
don't-
have a bunch
I
of
don't
like,
know.
crazy cars crazy cars, but they have them on consignment. Like they're from people that are selling them. So
I don't know what these guys do, and I kind of didn't want to ask.
yeah, but the kids probably love it.
The kids were like, "What are you doing?" The guy was like, you need to stay in school and work," because they're
Russian.
they're Africans.
Oh,
They're like,
okay.
yeah, like you need to stay in school and work really hard. Like, I'm like, all right, I'm fine with that message. But yeah, he's got a McLaren out there, and he's got a friend coming over, and his like my back, like checking it out, like taking pictures for his Instagram. Like,
I'll record it tomorrow morning. It's wild. I
Funny,
keep telling
yeah.
Bill, I'm like, what? Like,
I don't know what these people do. I don't know. No
Yeah.
idea.
our houses
nice,
are just
though.
regular. They're in a 1,495 square foot house. Their houses aren't big. Like they're little houses.
This is like a regular house they're in a regular house for our neighborhood, but it's Texas size, so it's like
Bigger.
yeah,
It's
but
just
it's like I
wild
don't know
that-
what they like. Everybody else is driving minivans and shit, like maybe an F-250.
Right.
This guy pulls up in his new McLaren.
Yeah.
He's it's like 0 to 60 in 2.6 seconds or something
Right.
like that. Yeah, I don't know. But no, like my own mindset is like, can I drive? Would I be able to drive an electric vehicle to the beach, like to like
Right.
North Padre,
Like to
or
take a
like
trip.
it's like 8 hours to like this beach
Mhm.
place we go? Like, could I? No, I couldn't. Like, I have to stop
Yeah.
It's like
Charge.
just a non-starter.
Yeah. Oop.
And then it's like, if we had the luxury of like getting in like an electric car, it's like a second or third car for like local, like those types of things. It's like,
How much are you saving in gas with the payment?
let's not pretend like you're like, we're going to buy a third car to save the environment. Oh, okay.
Yeah, exactly.
Like
That's not how that works. That's not the math.
Yeah, it's all
It's just crazy.
nonsense. I mean, but at the same time, it's like that's how electric cars can be, if they are better, will be better, will be like really environmentally safe or better for the environment 100 years from now, is because people kind of believe the bullshit now.
Yeah.
And enough people buy them to where people are like, okay, let's invest the money into it.
It feels like a money staple though, too, like a status staple more than anything. Maybe not now that Elon has lost his.
That's a total flaunt.
I don't know how that works. Like, if you live in an apartment, it's like, will apartment complexes just start putting in
charging
EV
stations?
Chargers
maybe
for you, or like
you can buy them and they probably have portable. I've seen generator ones.
Would you do? Would you run like an extension cord from your apartment? Like, I'm just like literally, because like, it's like,
well, they have like my son worked at a Bevmo and it was off the freeway and they had about 10 of those and they were full all day long. And I'm not, there's a lot of apartments in that neighborhood and I'm not sure that they weren't just take their car over there. And plug them
I got it. And I accept that's got to be a solution for folks where it's like,
they promised a lot more of those and they're not building them though too. So obviously that's going to be a problem at some point for people.
But it's like a problem, but like, we'll only know that it's a problem if the people that are experiencing a problem complain about it, but they're like, they may not want to complain about it because like they were suckers. Like, because like to complain about that problem is like, you got to kind of admit like you were a sucker. Like you like bought something that was like $70,000. You like took out a loan to buy a $70,000 item. And that's like, you're finding it very difficult to use.
Yeah.
It's hard to be like, I'm very upset. Like, you dumbass.
Yeah. What about that Robert F. Kennedy video or pod?
With Adam? I loved him on there.
I did too.
I love RFK Jr. number one, because when he was on the first time and Adam was telling him about his crow idea, attack crows in schools.
Yeah.
RFK Jr. was just like, he was like, what are you talking about? Like he was like legit confused of Adam's suggestion. And he was speaking for me. Cause up to that point I was always like, yelling at the radio in the car, like, what does a crow do when a shotgun blast goes off? Like, crows fly away real fast. Cause I think true. RFK Jr. was just like,
huh?
Have you ever thought about what would happen if if like automatic weapons were firing? Like, what crows would do? Like, crows would just fly away. I think Adam changed the subject real quick.
Yeah, I'm sure he did.
But I like it because even then, I think back then he talked about all the stats with the vaccines and like just. I'm not saying he's 100% right.
Yes to comments
but like,
on the Facebook page.
What's that?
I was thinking like it would be nice to have a little bit more interaction with the people on the Facebook page, and if you listen to the water cooler, like sometimes they'll read the comments if people, whatever, have a theme for the week of something we're going to talk about and have people's thoughts about it. Maybe we could expand. Some of the people in there have brilliant thoughts. So that might be fun.
That for sure.
Yeah. Marilish agrees. She thinks it's a good idea. She's so
good.
Sweet.
Thank you, Maria.
I love her.
Gracias, Maria.
Mm-hmm. Yes,
anyway, yeah. But I don't know, maybe I heard they're making like electric vehicle Hummers.
Yeah.
So there's a chance they might make like EVs that are like so badass.
My car, I have a Dodge Rebel and it has like when you pull up to the light, it shuts off.
Mm-hmm.
That's how they save whatever. They're like, the car completely shuts down. Like the whole thing just.
See that I've had rental cars like that.
Yeah.
But I remember like back in the day, like working on cars with my dad, and it's like you would change the starter. I'm like, really?
Oh yeah.
Like you're driving around town and the starter is like starting the car, like you're shutting down the car and starting the car like
That
100
is
times a day.
right. In a drive-through. We were in a drive-through
Yeah,
last
I'm
night.
sure
And I
it's
was like,
fine,
this is
and
weird.
the technology's better, but I'm still thinking of like how like
Yeah.
you had to like take care of your starter, like you had to
Yeah.
replace a starter in a car,
Right. Yeah.
like, and then just thinking like a starter back then only had X number of starts in it,
Right.
Yeah.
and now you're like the starter's gonna like start your car literally like
I'll get back to you. I'm gonna ask
40
that.
times
My
on
grandson's
your
a
way to
master
work.
mechanic. I'm gonna ask
Yeah.
him what's up with that.
Like on your way to work, your starter's gonna start your car 40 times.
Yeah.
Because you're in traffic or whatever.
Yes. No. Yeah. For sure.
And again, I'm
It's still
sure
the
it's
starter
better.
that starts the car. Maybe does it shut it all the way down? It does like bolts back up.
I'm sure it's better, but my dad would like, like back in the day when he'd coach me on like how to conserve your brakes, your brake
Mhm.
pads. So you wouldn't have to change your brake pads as often.
Right. Is that
Mind
funny?
how you
Like real precautionary stuff about cars and like,
Yeah. Well, that's when you changed your own oil. Like my dad used to make me change the oil on our cars.
he used to make me do that kind of stuff. And like the result is I will never do that ever.
Yeah.
I'm just
Yes.
like, I gotta find a job where I can afford to like pay someone to do these things. Like
Yes.
he made me replace like a major part on my car in high school, and it like the car was on blocks for like 2 weeks, two weekends in a row, like because this was like to do it yourself as like
it's a
like
job.
knowing nothing.
Yeah.
Like we bought like special tools at Pet Boys and like did all this stuff and
Not
like
Pet Boys.
like they could have done it in like an hour.
Right.
Now my car was on blocks for like 2 weeks,
Yep.
but we saved like $90.
Of course. Is that wild?
It's like when we own these tools to change a strut on a car that we would never use these tools again.
Luis is always doing stuff in his garage. He's like a mechanic. He's a wrencher. I love that. You know what though? He makes Shailene change her oil too. Like I feel like people need to know these things, right?
absolutely.
I wonder, or maybe she's like, on the way home, like turning off the GPS, turning off the satellite, pulling it to a Jiffy Lube.
No, like he
to get the oil
records her
changed,
doing
like like
she's like, it's so weird. My oil.
why were you late getting home from work
clean."
today, honey? Nothing. No traffic.
He checks the oil, it's clean every time, just like
Yeah,
wiping off the dipstick, thinking her Camaro is just the baddest car in
Did
the
you
world.
stop at Jiffy Lube? Did you?
Oh, I love them. I was like, Sacramento Airport. I didn't know that they were going, and they were like right there. I would have gotten up early and met them at the airport. Fuckers.
Oh,
It's all right.
I don't know, like
like
modern kids, like you don't really have that much time. You have to make a choice, like what you do with your kids. Like, do they play a couple sports, or do you spend time wrenching with them?
Right. Sports.
I guess you could do it all, but like
hey, yeah.
Well, I mean, something creative like building things or computer gaming, or I think something, as long as it's something creative that you're doing with your child and something that like entertains a different spot of their mind that's not
part of it is also they need to want to be into it. And
right.
Part of that is that they can't have a lot of other choices.
It's true.
Like kids aren't into like woodworking if there's also like a video game truck, like at the neighbor's house. Like,
yeah.
It's like if there's a lot of better options, like they're not really into that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Usually.
You know what I think is weird, and maybe we can talk about it next week, but like I noticed that like a lot of kids don't have any idea about music. Like they don't know who, Hank Williams Jr. is, or like it's just weird. Like Johnny Cash, the girl that's on The Voice, which is like people watch that show, right? She's one of the judges. She didn't know Walk the Line. She didn't know that song. I've never heard this before. Whose parents? Where are your parents? Never heard Walk the Line? I don't know.
Their parents probably don't know. I don't know. Yeah.
We're not teaching our youth. There's like there's a guy on TikTok. and his kid just went to college, and it's like things your college kids don't know. Like,
That's not even history too. Sorry to cut you, but that's not even history. That's like pop culture icon history.
yeah,
And you can't even like take time to be like, why was this guy named Johnny Cash so famous? Like, what is the Man in Black, or what is
you've
like,
never seen the shirt. You've never seen a
Yeah.
Johnny Cash shirt. Like, I just don't buy it. It's
like
so
you can't-
weird.
Yeah, like I get it. Like, you don't want to know like how the Revolutionary War started, like
Mhm.
the town or what, like the
Right.
circumstances, but
Exactly.
like you don't have
Thank
time
you.
to like know like an entertainment icon either. Like
Exactly.
that's too much.
Exactly. Yes.
But now my son knows who those people are. Hank Williams
Good.
Jr.
Yeah, you got to
Yep.
teach your kid. I love that my kids have such a range of music that they know everything. Like, they just love music, like can appreciate it all. I've made them listen to everything. They know the words, and I know like the special points of a song. Like, they should know those things. You should teach. How are we not going to have these things passed down if we don't make our kids know? So
Yeah.
you have an obligation, sir, times 3. I did my
Well-
part. My kids are rad.
I just
Country music and constitutional carry.
Yeah.
2 things that are going to save this country.
Amen.
Country music culture, just like because it's just like old fashioned, like it hasn't really changed. Like everything
Yeah.
else changes a lot, but
I know.
it's kind of gotten poppy, but it's still about like
Well, you know what? I think America loves that, because I do watch that show, The Voice, and Blake Shelton is always winning. Like, people love him. Like, they literally love that man. Like, they just think he's the greatest. And he is. He seems great. No?
something. Yeah, I'm not sure about him.
Something's off.
I don't mind him too much, but I don't know. I don't know. He plays that Huckleberry a little bit too much. I don't know.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
But yeah, and then just that kind of that culture, like just the kind of I mean, it's like very politically incorrect, pushes back,
Yeah, maybe.
but not in like a bad way. It's just like no,
Not
we're
in a
gonna keep singing.
disrespectful
We're gonna
way.
keep singing about drinking and like getting our heart broken.
And God,
and, like
God,
like
they
trains
still rap.
and
They still
trucks
rap about
and
Jesus, if you will.
some, like we're still gonna
Love of country. Yeah. Love of country, God, and your wife.
like
those
country,
are-
like a lot of like there's a lot of themes in there, like just like your family history, just like even if it's something small, like what your parents passed down to you or your grandparents, or like even like a memory,
Yeah.
like that kind of thing. Like there's like that's a theme in it. It's like it's not painting a picture where everything is like beautiful and rosy. It's just painting a picture of like you had like a moment with your grandfather or whatever,
Yeah.
passed out one lesson, and that meant a lot.
Yeah. Yeah. Family values. is
Family,
what it's
community, things like
called.
that, which are like being broken down
Yeah.
either, on purpose or just that's the human condition for us to just break these things down.
I don't think
but-
that's the case. I think it's by design. I mean, something that's always been, and just it's not, like, it's by design. If you talk about like the welfare system, it was designed to get the Black man out of the house. So that's by design, breaking up cultures and generations. Like, just sad. Sad.
Yeah, it's been going on a long time.
Mm-hmm. That's why when people are shocked by things, I don't understand it. Like, it's just, it's not, I could not stand how shocked Gina was about the things that Robert Kennedy was saying. Right?
Yeah, it's like people are
listened.
aware of like insane levels of corruption, but then they silo it, meaning they like think, well, yeah, obviously there was a news story about the corruption there, but it's just there. It's like, well, no, it's kind of spread all over humanity. So it's in like
Yeah.
it's kind of everywhere. Like it doesn't really matter whether you're like a church pastor or like a, politician or just like a, mid-level sales guy. It's just like corruption.
Makes you wonder though, why some people just are so apt to, like, they want that safety of what the news is saying to them to like butter them over, instead of like really looking at the weird, fucked up, scary shit that's happening. Like, they just want to be licked down with the be this way, do this. Like, you don't have to really think about it. It's weird how some people it's just weird. I am so tripped out by the world. Sorry.
Yeah,
That
that's
might be a
another.
little
That's
high
a
too.
no. You're onto something there. Yeah, it's like a. I think it's always been that way to some degree. You know, it's different now. Technology is different, but I don't know. It's like a misery loves company. There's like, you know,
Yeah.
powerful versus weak.
Yeah.
People that like go for it and people that don't and kind of wallow in misery,
Right.
you know, and those people have totally different perspectives on things.
They need Reiki, telling you.
And they kind of
Or
go
Reiki.
like, you know, you could just anytime in history, you look at like if you could test it, like you look at like there's 1 million people, like there's like a very small percentage of like go-getters and there's like a very large percentage of followers. And like that's just how it's always been.
Yes. Oh, Bill's here. All right. I'm gonna go.
All right. Enjoy
Good
your
night,
evening.
guys.
Have a good weekend. Talk to y'all
Thank
soon.
you too.
Thanks,
See y'all next
everybody.
week.
Cheers.
Good night.
Bye.